There's a little bit of contact there from Scott. He muscles his way past.
Contact.
To the back of...
Muggleton just has to cross over this crest. He will cross the line and will win the championship.
Hello, race fans, and welcome to the final week of the V8 Supercar Americas series presented by v8sonline. I'm JD Smith, and with me tonight to call all the action will be Kane Kraft, and we also want to welcome a very special guest tonight. We'll have Sam Sutton up in the commentary booth as well tonight. We want to let you know that tonight's broadcast is presented in glorious high definition and presented to you by our great friends at the V8 Supercar Fan Group, Direct Clutch Services, and our very own v8sonline Superstore. Guys, it's the final week. It's all come down to this, and it's all Sean Kelly's day. It's up to him to win the title. How we doing, guys?
Yeah, you're right, JD. The points is really close coming into this last battle, but Sean Kelly's got the upper hand. He's 58 points after I took off the fourth drop. Sean Kelly's 58 points ahead of Marlon McMullen. What that means is Marlon would have to finish about 6 places ahead of Sean Kelly in order to take the championship. Now, that is possible, so anything can happen in this race. So Marlon McMullen is not completely out of it, but it's going to be awful tough. Some luck's got to go his way in order to get the championship for the 3rd time in a row. Sean Kelly's been extra good this season and is looking very great, and it's looking very promising for Sean Kelly, but Marlon's not out of it yet.
Well, it's going to be Phillip Island is where this circuit is going to be ran tonight. We're going to be on the 12th turn, 2.76 mile road course at Phillip Island, one of my favorite places in the world, Kane, to watch a V8 supercar race. We have literally had some of the best races in the history of our broadcast on the V8s right here at Phillip Island, and I am so thrilled that we get to finish our season here. It's going to be quite a race as well. It's going to be 38 laps from the standing start tonight. I can't wait to see how the grid will be set up, but before we do, let's take a look at the 2-time champ give us a lap around Phillip Island in just a sec. Kane, lead us into that, big guy.
Yeah, pretty much what you said. Let's take a ride with 2-time champion Marlon McMullen as he gives us a ride around Phillip Island.
G'day everyone, my name's Marlon and welcome to a guided hot lap at Phillip Island. Hope you enjoy it. So as we come onto the front straight, we try and focus on a nice clean exit. This season the wind is pushing against us, so we're a little bit slower going down to turn 1, but we can utilise this with a deeper braking entry point. So as we come down the front straight, we've clicked up into 6th gear, try and find a braking marker for turn 1, and click back into 5th. Sometimes you have to go into 4th if you can't make it. Focus on a nice clean exit out of here and aim for the inside curb at this corner. If you run a little bit wide, you're gone off in the grass then, it's very hard to recuperate. We'll try and focus on a nice clean exit out of here, squeeze on the throttle as early as possible, and as we come down into the next section of corner, flat out for this awesome little ride down here. Coming up to the next section of corner, which is some of the best passing opportunities presented around here. Try and brake as deep as possible, not lock a brake, aim for that curb again, easily squeeze on that throttle nice and gently again. Come up to the next section of corners now. Try again, focus, aim and hit that curb. Don't hit it too much or you lose too much time. Some say in 2nd, some say in 3rd. Yet again, try and get a nice clean exit up to Hayshed. Some lift for Hayshed, or most of us have to lift for Hayshed. I think it's a lie. There it is, that little slight lift at the bottom. And then we're coming up and down to Lukey Heights. Nice and patient, back in the 4th. Aim for the inside curb, slowly hit 3rd. Turning this corner is going up to the top now. Try not to lock a brake coming down to MG. Aim for that inside curb yet again. Gently squeeze on the throttle. Don't get too tail happy here because you'll lose a lot of time. Short shift to 3rd. Nice clean exit out of here. Yet again, we're coming up into the last corner, which takes an eternity, it seems like, the turn left. Try and get a nice clean line. Not a clean line there, but we slowly come out. Try not to take too much on the exit or you will die pretty much. And then we come onto the front straight, and then that's a nice clean lap of Phillip Island. Hope you enjoyed it. Cheers.
And that was a lap at Phillip Island with two-time champion Marlon McMullen. It's getting about time to head to the track now and check out these guys on the racetrack.
Boy, it's going to be a fantastic finish here today, King. This is the final race of the season. I know we've said it once before already, now twice, but it really is an important day. It's the final race of the season, and it's been a great season so far, Kane. You got to think all the way back to the beginning of the season, and we got to remember that this battle between Sean Kelly and Marlon McMullen has literally been from the start of this season, and those two have been back and forth at it all season long, and it all comes down to one race here at Phillip Island. We couldn't ask for a better finish than this. You already mentioned it is an advantage for Sean Kelly, but it's going to come down to any luck that he can have. Marlon McMullen has got to put himself in the best position to try to upset this victory, and what he can do is try to get all he can do is get in the lead and hope for the best. On the other hand, if you're Sean Kelly, Kane, all you have to do today is get up there and finish 6th or higher. I think that that's going to be no problem for Sean Kelly, but you never know in races like this. Sam, welcome to the show, buddy. I want to welcome Sam Sutton as well. He's going to be here with us all broadcast long to have a few chats with us throughout the race. How you doing, Sam?
Yeah, I'm all good. Snotty nose, so I might sound a bit funny, but very looking forward to this race.
Oh, man, I can't wait. It's going to be 23 cars on the grid in the first and second split. A lot of cars on the track for the finale tonight. Very excited. We do have Jim Davey. He'll be reporting for the second split later on in the day. He'll let us know how things look once that race is underway shortly. In our race, we're getting ready to, I'm loading up now, getting excited, as I can't wait to see how the qualifications have kind of settled out.
You had a sneak peek just before. It looks like Sean Kelly's probably got a 2 or 3 place advantage over Marlon, so that's advantage Sean right there. But you never know. Marlon's a good driver who'll find his way through the field somehow.
Yeah, I think he's going to do anything and everything possible. The big thing that he has to do is stay focused on the task at hand. He can't put himself out of a mental preparation that he's put himself all week long. He knows this track, Sam. He knows Phillip Island backwards and forth. This is not a strange track to these drivers. This is a V8 Supercar specific track, and they know exactly how to get around it. Marlon is extremely fast here. On the contrary, though, so is Sean Kelly. It's not going to be an easy task, but I think that if he focuses and doesn't worry about what Sean's doing, he just needs to focus about what Marlon's doing. I think he'll be okay.
Yes, that's the big thing for Marlon. He's just got to get his head down, get through the group of cars ahead of him. Just looking at the grid, he's got a little bit of work to do to catch up to Sean, but the way this place works, you never know what can happen.
Absolutely. And guys, if y'all get it before I do, go ahead and let us know how the qualifying is set down. I was having a little issue here loading up tonight, but I'll be there as soon as I can.
Just sitting here in the warm-up, looks like our mate Corey Preston has found a drive for next season. He's running around in a semi-KRT looking skin at the moment.
I was going to guess KRT for Corey Preston.
That's good to hear. That really is.
Yeah, it's good to see those guys expanding. Just started with a 2-car outfit, now they're getting into one of the 4-car outfits with a big team, big name. So hopefully this will be
Add on here, talk about Marlon a little bit earlier.
Yeah, go right ahead, bud.
I think Marlon's biggest issue is going to be himself tonight. I mean, all last week, all this week, the only thing you ever really hear him talk about is how much he does not like Phillip Island. And I think it's going to be a big hurdle for him to overcome if he's just already in that mindset of not liking the track, because you really have to at least appreciate the track, I think, to do well here.
That's definitely a very, very, very true statement, Jim. That's a very valid point as well. It's going to really be interesting to see how well he does perform, or on the other hand, how well he does not perform. It'll be fun to see. It's going to be underway very shortly, and I can't wait to get there. I'm having some really big difficulties. iRacing is giving me a failed credential check. So if anybody
that
knows,
happened to me a couple times. I had to switch to another browser. You might try loading up through Internet Explorer instead.
There we go. That sounds good, buddy.
Let's
I
run
have
through
never
the
had
starting
this,
grid. First on the pole, we got Sean Kelly, and second, Bo Cubis. Bo Cubis has showed up, and he showed up with a lot of pace today. Curtis Chipway's in third. Chad Chastain will be taking off in fourth. Jake Burton in fifth. Marlon McMullen sixth. Corey Preston seventh. Nick Ottinger has showed up again tonight to race with us. He'll be in eighth. Peter Barlow ninth. Mike Fulcher 10th. 11th, Sam Collins, James McKnight in 12th, Marty Carroll in 13th, 14th is Mark Anderson, 15th, Sanjay Jalalik, and we're getting ready to go green.
Good luck, everyone. Some quality drivers from Ireland to get through there, to get up to Sean, especially I know Curtis and Chad won't make it easy, but Curtis being his teammate might jump out of the way a bit easier, a bit quicker.
Yeah, I agree. You probably won't have no trouble getting around Curtis, but there's several other drivers in there that's not just going to let him go on around.
Well, great start by Cubis there. He's got a good jump and just a bit of wheel spin cost him there. We got 3 wide in the back. Burton trying to squeeze his way through Chad and Curtis. 3 wide in turn 1. That's not going to work. Oh, in contact between Chad and Bo Cubis, and Bo is off in the grass, exited turn 1.
Gets back on cleanly, gets right in front of the overclocker's car there at Peter Barlow. Chipway's made himself way up into that second position, and Jake Burton's found himself up in third.
Yeah, Burton got a blinder of a start. He was right on the bumper of Curtis and Chad, pretty much from the green flag, but pretty clean through the first couple of turns now, settling down.
We got a car sideways there. They couldn't see who it was. Corey Preston looked like. He got straightened back up and is now pointing in the right direction.
Still very tight in the back of the pack there through the S's, coming over Yuki's Heights towards MG corner. Still too wide, got to get that sorted before we hit MG.
Contact a little further in the back. It looked like couldn't tell who it was. It sounded like it was the Moo Cow car of Mad Cow car of Martin Creamer's, but I don't see no damage on it. Sorry to interrupt you, Sam. Go ahead.
Oh, just Brad Newman put a beautiful movement on the outside of Chris Brooks at MG corner. It was very nice.
Brad
Things are
Newman
settling down nicely.
Oh, sorry, Sam. Just mentioning that Brad Newman's a driver we haven't seen in the Americas series here, at least not for a while. He's in the Xbox One livery, and he's made his way up into the 18th position, following Graham Pilot around right now. Looking pretty good.
Yeah, I think the big thing for these guys in mid-pack is just to get through these first 2 or 3 laps. It's always you've got the jitters, you've got the shakes in the hands, a bit nervous. So you just got to calm it down, get in your rhythm, and make your way through the field.
That's always the toughest part for me, is getting through the nervous first 2 laps. That's where if I'm going to have an accident, it's going to be because of nerves in those first 2 laps where everybody's so close and tight, trying to get around everybody to get into the position where they usually it takes a lap or so for everybody to get ironed out where they're fit about in the pack.
Yeah, we're just starting now to settle down into single file running, and it's especially hard around Phillip Island where there's no margin for error. If you put a wheel in the dirt, you're having a very high speed collision with a wall.
Well, boys, I am happy to report I am ready to go here. Sorry I'm a little late, but everything looks good. Boy, Sean Kelly got out to a great start, didn't he?
Yeah, he's already got a half-second lead over Curtis, and then it's 1.5 seconds back to Jake Burton, who's in a very tight battle with Chad and Marlon.
Boy, right now it's fun watching Marlon McMullen in the Dayco Ford Falcon. He'd love to get up there to the sim pit Ford of Chad Chastain. Right now it looks like Chad's going to try to take a different line into this corner, and it's a good job there by Jake Burton to not allow Mr. Chad to get a move on him. Good three-way battle right here. This is a three-car battle for third position, guys.
Yeah, Jake Burton at the front of this little chain. That's surprising to see Jake Burton up there holding off Chad Chastain and Marlon McMullen, but he's doing a pretty good job up there, actually.
Yeah, right now, Kane, you mentioned he just got a little boost, a little jump off the two right there. If Marlon could get up there with Chad and start a little two-car battle, that could help Jake Burton kind of break away from this. It's really kind of fun to see Jake do this well.
Jake's been doing really well the last few weeks. I don't know what it is, but I think the switch to TTR, I'm not sure if it was last season or not, but he's definitely gained pace since leaving Powerbond.
Right now, Michael Fulcher sitting in the 7th position, trying to catch up to Bo Kibis up in 6th. He's not that far behind, guys. Not far at all. He's just got to stay focused and get back up there. Right now, he can try to utilize that draft. Right behind these two, it's the SDC Motorsports driver Marty Carroll in the top 10 right now. He's currently in 8th place and has Sanjay Delilik coming up on the rear.
It's good to see Marty back out there and performing. I know mid-season he had a bit of a perform slump and he probably wasn't enjoying his time, but being the top 10, it'd be good for him.
Boy, it's so good to see Marty up there. You know the talent's there. He's just had a little bump in the road. Speaking of bump in the road right now, that could be very possible. We have Corey Preston with a close battle with Sam Collins. Both these drivers right now battling for the 11th spot on the track. And I hate to report this, but they're side by side, and we could have some major contact. Good job getting through there. Both cars somehow fit through the turn. They remain door to door as they head through Phillip Island.
Yeah, it's never good seeing teammate on teammate contact there, but you got to make a move there. They have to see you from a long way back, and I don't think Corey quite saw him very early on.
Well, I thought Sam Collins had the pass stuck, but it's not going to stick yet. They're still going at it side by side, and now finally we'll see a break in the battle as it looks like Corey Preston may have him panned out. Beautiful.
It looks
job.
like Sam gets the jump done around the outside of Lukey's heights there. So now it's got to get a good run out of MG corner, which Corey has done. Set up a good draft down the front straight.
Checking back in on Chad Chastain and Jake Burton. The battle is resumed. It is still a good battle, but Jake Burton with about a car length and a half, maybe 2 car lengths lead over Chad Chastain. So checking in on the leader, Sean Kelly, over a second lead now for Sean. Things looking very bright in the championship hopes of Sean Kelly of the Hybrid Racing Simulations Ford.
Yeah, and Marlon's not making much progress on Chad, so I think if Sean just keeps his head down and keeps it on the road, he'll take this championship home tonight.
Tell you what, good to see an oval driver out here tonight. It's Nick Ottinger out on the track in the Rheem Ford Falcon. He's out there in the number 13th position, and right now he is doing really good. Good as you would expect. He's right behind Corey Preston and actually threatening very, very much to make the pass on Corey, so it's going to be a fun battle to watch here. When we look at the starting grid, Corey Preston, Corey Preston started 7th. He's fallen back to 12th. As we look at Nick Ottinger, his quite the opposite. He started 8th and fell back to 13th.
Seems like those two are just glued together at the moment. He's kind of like the meat in the KRT sandwich at the moment. You got Sam Collins, Corey Preston, Nick, and then you got Mark Anderson behind him.
Right now, Peter Barlow trying to make a move on Sanjay Delilik, and a very good battle presumes between the two. And it's going to be Sanjay who's going to get a little loose. That'll allow the overclockers Ford Falcon to try to make a move. Unfortunately, did not pull it off. And a good job recovering by Sanjay. He's able to hold on to 9th place for the moment.
Yeah, just watch out for Peter in 1 and 2 though. He's got a massive draft down this front straight. Probably get it done into 1. If not, he'll just hang on around the outside for turn 2.
Yeah, there it is right now, side-by-side action entering turn 1, heading towards turn 2. It looks like the overclockers Ford Falcon will have the pass. Also, here comes a KRT car coming around. It looks like that may be Sam Collins. Sam Collins may get a pass done as well. Good job by Sanjay to at least hold on to one position, didn't lose 2 there.
It looks like Sen is kind of struggling with the rear end of his car, just getting the power down in the critical zone. So I expect him to be just stone and just fall to the back of his queue pretty quick.
Guys, changing position up front. It's going to be Jake Burton who's going to lose a position to Chad Chastain. So Chad Chastain now getting into the top 3, and it looked like Marlon McMullen was going to take advantage of it as well. Unfortunately, he had to really slow the car up as he could not get around Jake Burton in time. That's going to cost Marlon some more time.
Yeah, Marlon's going to be stuck behind Jake Burton now. This could get interesting as Jake Burton is teammates with the leader, so it could be a little extra hard for Marlon to get around Jake Burton.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be something to watch here and see if everybody minds their manners tonight. It could get a little rocky out there with everybody battling for a championship.
From experience, Jake Burton is not a very easy guy to pass. He does go-karting in real life, and he just puts the car in the most awkward position he can. It's not easy to get past him, but in the time we're looking up front, Sanjay did run off track and has fallen back to 14th.
Oh, tough news there for Sanjay Delilac in the Nissan Altitude machine. He's fallen back definitely. Checking in on Sam Collins, one of the KRT boys. He's found his way popping into the top 10. He made his way around Corey Preston, and now Nick Ottinger looks to go around Corey Preston. So Corey gets a surge of energy here as he's trying to hold on to that 11th spot for the moment.
Nick Ottinger, the points leader in the NASCAR Peak Championship Series here, powered by iRacing. So good to see the points leader in the oval racing join us here in the v8 Supercars Americas race tonight.
That's right, Nick Ottinger. Happy to have you here on the broadcast or in the car. It's good to have you out there on the track. He's representing himself very well out there. Rarely do you see oval drivers that are so good at ovals. They're usually good at one or the other. He's definitely representing his skills very well out there. He's in a tough group of drivers doing very well.
Now it appears we've lost Brad Newman from the race as well. He's disappeared.
It's tough news for Brad Newman. I hate to hear that. And I tell you what, guys, here we are on lap. As the race has just gotten underway out of 38 laps, we're about to start lap 8 of that. So I'm going to go ahead and do a quick rundown of how the field looks. In first place, it is the championship points leader, Sean Kelly.
Oh, Jake Burton's into the wall.
Oh, man, this is huge. Where's that at, Kane?
On the front stretch. Let's do a race recall replay and see exactly if we can see what happened.
Somehow he's able to keep going there. I don't know how in the world he did that. As he come around the final turn here, Kane, he got a little bit off of the exit curve. The tire got loose, and he tried to correct it, and he did a wonderful job of keeping it from T-boning the wall. Instead, he just brushes up against it and keeps going. That could have been devastational for Jake Burton. It's a tough situation.
It was almost devastational
for Marlon. Gotta give him credit for the save. Boy, beautiful save there by Jake Burton. That could have been a race-ending hit.
Yeah, it was. That was a great save. And, yeah, that was fantastic. Right in front of Marlon McMullen. Martin was able to slow down just enough to keep out of him. And, yeah, I just can't. That was, I've seen many cars over the years do that exact same thing. But none of them had quite a spectacular save as that one.
Well, I'm going to continue the rundown here. It's Curtis Chipaway in second. Third place, it is the SDC Motorsports driver of Chad Chastain. Power Bond driver Marlon McMullen rides in fourth. Jake Burton, we just saw it. He's in fifth right now. Bo Cubis is in sixth. Running in seventh, it is Michael Fulcher. Marty Carroll holding down the Simpit Falcon. He's in eighth. Peter Barlow in the Overclockers Australia machine. He's in ninth. Rounding out your top 10, it is Sam Collins. Corey Preston holds on to that 11th spot with Nick Ottinger coming up close in 12th. Dylan Shepard back in the 13th position, followed by Mark Anderson in 14th. Sanjay Delilac back in 15th place. Graham Filan holds on tightly to 16th with Chris Brooks coming on strong. James McKnight just made the pass, so James McKnight now in 17th with Chris Brooks in 18th. Back in 19th, it is Michael Cracknell. Back in 20th, rounding out to 20th, top 20, it's Aaron Hamilton, Mike Budzine 21st, Martin Creamer's 22nd. Martin Creamer's is in the pits, guys. Not looking good for Martin right now in the Moo Cow Ford Falcon. It's actually Mad Cow, but I always call it the Moo Cow.
Yeah, me too.
And as we mentioned earlier, Brad Newman out of the race currently. We'll see how if he stays out. I believe his day is done, though, boys.
Whoa, you're just talking there, JD. James McKnight. Oh, we got a spinner. Oh, Mike Anderson and Sanjay Delilac have spun at turn 4. That's not very good.
Big spin out there, absolutely tough break for Sanjin Dalalik again, not running the way he wanted. Tough break for Sanjin. You know he's got the skills. He just had a rough break. Now, Mark Anderson getting the black Kamikaze Race Team Ford Falcon back running up again. It is on a trail. He's trying to catch up to Aaron Hamilton, who is in the 20th position. That actually moved him up when those cars went down, so that'll change a little bit. Chris Brooks now trying to make a pass on Graham Filan, so let's see if Bones can hold on to it here in the back of the field. Graham in the 16th position, trying to hold on and move forward.
Got a nice little 3-car train behind Graham here, so I reckon Cracknell will have the best run on Brooks there, so see what happens into one.
Guys, Marlon McMullen has been trying to make work out of this open space here on lap 10. He has an open track, not a lot of traffic around the Dayco Ford Falcon. He's actually started to creep in a little bit on third place driver Chad Chastain in his sim pit Ford, and this could get real interesting. On the other hand, Curtis Chipaway and Sean Kelly far away ahead. Sean Kelly is actually 3 seconds in the lead right now over Curtis, so a long way to go for Marlon, but you never know.
Yeah, Marlon's definitely working hard to try to make up some ground. He's doing the best as he can. We knew coming in here that this wasn't one of Marlon's better tracks, but he's made his way up into 4th, and he's trying to track down Chad Chastain, so he's definitely putting in the effort.
Yeah, Jake Burton loved to get back up there to Marlon. He is trying his hardest in the Sim Instruments Ford Falcon to try to regain some of that lost ground he had when that great save he had, but unfortunate spin out into the wall there.
Go ahead, Sam. Sorry we interrupted you there.
I was just going to say, we had a bit of bumper cars going with Michael Cracknell, Chris Brooks and Graham Filan into the hairpin. Graham went a bit slow and was just concentrating on, they had a bit of a push and shove going on.
Yeah, and it hasn't ended yet because they're still right there together and pretty darn close.
Man, Nick Ottinger's still putting on the pressure on Corey Preston, and Corey Preston representing himself very well. He's holding on tight to this 11th position, and he is doing anything in his power to stay ahead. Good car length lead over Nick Ottinger.
I like Corey Preston's, he's left a hint on his splitter last week to say where he's going this season, and then we missed the hint, so he put a bigger hint on his car this week, and now it's pretty darn obvious. I don't think we'll be missing this hint.
Uh-oh, could be a problem for our good buddy Corey Preston as Nick Ottinger made a move to the inside. Beautiful veteran move right there by Nick Ottinger. He'll move up into the 11th spot now. So finally Nick Ottinger makes the pass on Corey Preston, and this could get a real interesting. Let's see how Corey Preston goes. Can he rebound this spot, guys?
No, Nick Ottinger's pulling away now. He's got quite a bit more pace there. So I think we'll see Nick Ottinger start to pull away.
Yeah, it was good to see an oval guy doing so well on the road courses. Generally, being a road course guy, we kind of think the oval guys don't know how to turn right, but that was a very good pass by Nick there.
Yeah, Nick really enjoys the V8 Supercars. He ran with us a little bit last season, and I talked with him a little bit, and he said he don't really enjoy a whole lot of the road races, but he says the V8 Supercars that really allows him to. It feels a lot similar to the big heavy NASCAR that he drives, as well as the guys that he runs with. He knows that he can come in here and run with the guys and have a good clean race, and they're much cleaner to race with and much more respectful and friendly, so that's why he enjoys coming to the big supercar races.
Boys, I have to interrupt for a second. Take a look at the number 4 machine in the Lockwood Ford Falcon. And you know, Kane, if anybody on this broadcast understands why I'm loving that paint scheme, it should be you, pal. The old paint I used to run when I first got into the V8 Supercar, I had no idea who drove that car at first. And then I said, I don't care who drives it, I love that paint. Put it on my V8 Supercar, drove it around, and then realized it was a Holden car. That was when I first learned about V8 Supercars, if you remember.
Yeah, Fabian Coulthard. I actually had a chat with him on iRacing one night when he was in here racing, so beautiful car.
I gotta say, am I the only one that all we can think about when you see that Lockwood logo is Kingsford charcoal?
Yes, it looks just like it. It's exactly what that logo looks like, Jim Davey.
Good reminder, though, Jim Davies. How about a check-in on split number 2, the finale here at Phillip Island?
All right, well, you're going to have to bear with me because we have a lot of brand new faces in split 2. Right now, Jason Scandalera and the LED Innovations SSR Ford Falcons leading from the pole, but right behind him is newcomer Dennis Gaterick. Sorry if I said that wrong. Behind him is Matt Dower in, once again, a Lockwood Ford Falcon. Isaac DeFigueredo is running 4th. Adam Harden in his Mad Cow or Moo Cow V8 is running 5th. Jason Dixon is 6th. Stephen Oldfield is 7th. Rory Windrum is 8th. Stephen Jenkins 9th. And Chris Hogan in one of your SDC Motorsports Sim Pit Falcons is running 10th.
Hoax. I gotta love Chris Hogan. He really is one of the... Oh, we got a big move up here, up in our split. It's going to be the Overclockers. Ford Falcon getting around Marty Carroll. Can he hold on? That's going to be Peter Barlow. Good rebound by the Sim Pit Falcons to come back ahead. And we got small contact there from the rear. That was actually from Sam Collins in the Kamikaze race team car. And I think it's a good pass, or a repass, we'll call it a good rebound there by Marty Carroll.
Yeah, it is. He's got some gap now. I guess it woke him up a little bit if you're coming in there on him like that. But he's definitely got some gap now between. Looks like Peter might have got through that MG there just a little bit quicker, and he got some of that gap back. But now there goes Marty pulling away again.
Boy, here comes Sam Collins. He's starting to put a little bit of pressure on Peter Barlow. I guess it woke up Peter Barlow because now he's starting to break away.
Well, it is. We've just lost Martin Creamers as well from the race.
Oh, self-break. We knew he was in the pit. Sam, tell us about it. It just looked like he had too much damage to continue, didn't it?
Well, he got back out, did a couple of laps, and I think the car was toast, so he's parking for tonight now.
Tough break there for the Mad Cow Ford Falcon.
Jake Burton is reeling in Marlon McMullen after that little incident Jake had. He's got the car back on the track, and he's going great. He's definitely got a little bit better pace than Marlon there in 4th place, so before long we'll see Jake catching Marlon, and we'll see how that goes.
Jake's been about a 10th of a second a lap quicker over the last few laps, so he's been pulling him in, and Marlon just doesn't have the pace to get with Chad tonight, so I think this will be the close battle for Marlon and Jake right here.
There's just one thing I wanted to add really quick about this second split, guys. And I know it sounded kind of anticlimactic when I was running through the top 10, but there is just strong racing throughout this entire field. For example, fight for the lead since the start has been less than a second the entire time. 4th and 5th, less than a second. 7th and 8th, less than a second. 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th, less than 3 seconds. 14th, 15th, 16th, less than a second again. It's tight racing the entire field.
And that's really, really good considering it's Phillip Island. Usually the race does get spread apart a little bit here because race times vary, or lap times vary so much between the different drivers. So to see that race be that close, that's phenomenal.
Kane, I got to break you up real quick. We got a big battle in the back of our field by Graham Bones Filan. He was trying to catch up to Chris Brooks there. In the meantime, Michael Cracknell almost pulled the pass, and right behind him it's Mark Anderson. So starting to get a little congested here in the back of the pack.
Yeah, Bones having a look in turn 1. He's probably sticking his nose out to let Chris know that, yeah, I'm here, just watch out, but nothing happens of it. It's saying that he runs wide and gives Cracknell a good run, but Cracknell thinks better of it.
Yeah, he thought twice.
Brooks
We got a car off. It's Chris Brooks who's run off the road. He saved his car but lost 4 positions, make that 5, and a tough break there from Mr. Brooks.
I did that in yesterday's warm-up race. I did that about 6 times as I'd go to downshift into 3rd to slow the car down, and it wouldn't go. I'm a little out of practice in the car, and the hardest thing to get used to again is the transmission, and that's where I struggle the most, is getting it down into 3rd.
The road's a little bit off camera as well. You can't quite see where the end of the earth is in regards to your track there, so you're just trying to squeeze as much out of it as you can, and then next minute you're in the grass. So it's a difficult turn to judge, and that's why a lot of guys do it there.
Okay, guys, focus your attention on Peter Barlow now, trying to make his way around Marty Carroll. Really close battle here. Also coming into the picture, it's Sam Collins. He's been there the whole time And these three have really started a great three-car battle. If you're curious on the track, they are located in 8th, 9th, and 10th. So this is a pretty important battle on our hands here on the start of lap 16.
I think Sam will just be content to sit there and just wait and see what happens with Peter and Marty.
Yeah, Peter Barlow and Marty Carroll both have gotten together a couple of times with some really great battles while you guys were chatting. I wanted to bust and break y'all up for a second because there was one time when they were so close that I thought they were literally about to wreck each other, but they're very steady, they're very clean. As good as the racing is, those two have been very clean. They're very open to watching one another, but I think you're right. I think Sam Collins is kind of hanging there waiting to see what's going to happen because they have gotten really close to making some serious contact a couple times.
Well, we're getting into that awkward middle phase of the race now where everyone's starting to think about strategy and how can they jump the guy in front of them. So you're not going to see as much passing or rubbing and racing sort of stuff now. You're going to be more of this caution, just hold back, not dent the car, and just get through to your pit stop.
That's right. The pit window is open now, so we should start to see some guys. Now we see our leader, Sean Kelly, duck down into the pits. Let's keep an eye on this very important pit stop from our leader and points leader, Sean Kelly.
There's a bit of aggro on the radio here too, I think, between Sanjin and Mark Anderson, so those two just haven't had a good day today.
Guys, our new leader will be Marlon McMullen, Curtis Chipaway is our new leader. Marlon McMullen will be second, but Chad Chastain with Sean Kelly has ducked down. Jake Burton now in the pits, followed by Michael Fulcher in the pits as well. And then the SDC Motorsports machine of Marty Carroll, all in pit road. Here comes James McKnight down the pits. Pit road very, very full. Off as Sean Kelly now, as he gets out of the pits, Kane, what a stop.
This will be awkward for Sean Kelly here. He's got these guys coming down at rapid rate of knots. He'll get caught up in a battle that's not good for Sean at all.
Yeah, this is definitely dangerous. A good job by Sean, though. He actually took a bad situation and made it okay. He got right out in front of Bones, and now he's got a little bit of traffic in front of him. That's going to be Dylan Shepard in the Bottle Oak Ford Falcon. He's right there in front of him. This will be fun to see him get out of this. Now, once he gets ahead of Dylan, he should have some open road for quite a while.
Sean was doing some blistering lap times. He was in the 32s the whole time, and that is ridiculous pace. So he just made quick work of Dylan Shepard there, so he'll be off and on his way. And he should walk to this win easily.
Now, hopefully, we'll get some pit stop updates once everybody starts to make their runs through. We'll try to keep you guys posted on what's happening in and out of pit road. Curtis Chipaway decides to stay out of the pits. He'll come down. Or he'll alt next lap maybe, but so the pits are kind of bare now. They were full. We do have one car on pit road. It's Sanjin Delilah, and I don't think he's on there for routine work. His car looks very, very bad.
Yeah, the Sanjin mobile is definitely beat up.
It's seen better days.
Yes, it has.
In the meantime, Nick Ottinger now coming down pit road, guys. So we'll see how the Ream Ford Falcon does as a routine pit stop for Nick Ottinger.
Leader just coming on by now, so Sean Kelly, the effective race leader once all the pit stops are done, and Bones comes in the pits as well.
Yeah, here comes Bones coming in there to get that Nissan Altitude Volvo filled up, put four fresh tires on that bad boy, and get her back out on the track. I'm proud. If there's one guy that has just really improved his racing, it is definitely Bones. And now Nick Ottinger making his way out of the pits. It'll be interesting to see where he falls out in line of cars as he takes the long pit road exit here. This is one of the tough pit road exits, guys. It really is.
Yeah, the way they just changed it, it really puts you out right in traffic a little bit different. So it's I don't know, it's coming out in the straightaway a little bit more. It feels like you're coming out right and directly in traffic.
Well, I actually think Nick took the old pit exit just then. He popped out of the exit of turn 1. The new one, it's a lot easier to get out of, but it's very awkward if the guys behind you don't see you coming.
All right, guys. Second place in points, it's Marlon McMullen. He is now in pit road, trying to make his pit stop, as well as the former race leader, Curtis Chipaway. All guys ducking on pit road. Also in the Lockwood Ford Falcon, it's going to be Bo Kibis coming down pit road as well. Sanjin is still sitting there as here comes a KRT car, as well as Corey Preston and Sam Collins ducking in pit road. Pit road is full again, boys.
Dylan
Yeah,
Shepard's just entering as
the
well.
battle to watch coming off of pit road here is going to be between Jake Burton and Marlon McMullen.
Yeah, it's going to be real fun to see who pops out ahead of who. And we got a close eye here on Marlon as we'll watch him exit here. Here comes Curtis Chipaway. He's away. Now Marlon gets dropped off the jacks. He's going to get a good rear tire spin and get off the road right ahead of the Lockwood Ford Falcon of Oak Abyss. Here it is. Let's see how things go for Marlon McMullen, because here comes
Jake Burton got him, and not just by a little bit. Jake Burton got him by a lot.
Yeah, big advantage for the Sim Instruments Ford Falcon. Jake Burton. Now, we don't know what kind of things were done to the cars, so it'll be interesting to see. Jake could have took a really short pit stop compared to Marlon. That's a big...
Yeah, 7 seconds different. Well, 6.5 seconds. Jake Burton's pit stop, 21.6 seconds. Marlon McMullen, 28 seconds. So, over 6 seconds difference. That's definitely where Jake got his time.
Boy, that is
Marlon had some
serious
damage then.
Yeah, I'm not sure why. That was definitely the longest pit stop of the night almost. Corey Preston had a 29.5 second pit stop. But other than that, everybody's right around 22, 23 seconds. But Marlon McMullen up there at 28. Curtis Chipaway 27.2 though.
Guys, our leader, Peter Barlow, ducking down into the pits. He'll be, I think, one of the last cars. We still have Michael Cracknell to make his pit stop and Mike Budzine. But after that, I believe we have just about everybody who has made their stops. Yeah, here comes Michael Cracknell now. So we should be done with pit stops after this lap, guys.
Yeah, Jake even managed to hit Curtis Chipaway in the pit. So now Curtis is caught back up with Jake Burton, and we'll be looking to get back around in here before long.
Yeah, Kane, down here on the pits for the Overclockers Ford Falcon, it's going to be Peter Barlow, 4 fresh tires, topped off with fuel, and he's away. Looks like a pretty good stop there for the Overclockers machine.
Now, I don't think that advantage Jake's got. That might be a bit of strategy there. He could have just taken a bit less fuel. I know Jake's one of the guys with a lighter foot and he saves a bit more, but whether he took less tires or not, but that's a massive jump to be able to jump about 5 or 6 seconds.
Guys, good battle on track between James McKnight of STC Motorsports and Corey Preston. They came really close to making a pass there. They are side by side, or they were side by side for a second. They have a good battle going on. That is for the 13th position. Guys, Mike Budzine has not made his pit stop yet. He's in 6th place at the moment in the V8 Supercar Americas Ford Falcon. One of my favorite cars out there on the track. I love that livery.
We appear to have also lost Mark Anderson from the race as well. He's retired.
Oh, I hate to hear that for Mark Anderson of Kamikaze Race Team. He had a tough day.
Yeah, and while we were talking as well, Curtis Chipaway got past Jake Burton, a nice move into the hairpin.
Well, guys, now that we've went through the majority of pit stops, I'm going to do a quick rundown of how they run here on lap 21. And here it looks as our leader, Sean Kelly, in the Hybrid Racing Simulations Ford, is in the lead. In 2nd place in the Sim Pit Falcon, it's Chad Chastain. Back in 3rd in the Power Bond Racing Dayco Ford Falcon, it is Curtis Chipaway, followed by the Sim Instruments machine of Jake Burton in 4th. Marlon McMullen is in 5th. 6th place belongs to the Lockwood Falcon of Bo Kibis. Now we go back to 7th. It's Mike Budzine, who's yet to make his pit stop. Michael Fulcher in 8th. Marty Carroll is in 9th. Nick Ottinger rounds out your top 10. In 11th, it's Sam Collins with Peter Barlow in 12th. Corey Preston runs 13th. 14th is James McKnight. Michael Cracknell is listed in 15th, but that will change as he makes his way back down pit road. That will put Dylan Shepard in 15th, with 16th going to Graham Bones Filan. And right behind Graham, it's Aaron Hamilton. A good battle there for 16th. Back in 18th, it's Chris Brooks. 19th is Michael Cracknell. And, of course, Sanjin Delilac is 2 laps down. Mark Anderson in the garage area out of the race, as well as Martin Creamers and Brad Newman. That's how we run right now as we are in lap 21. And, guys, this is where it really gets good. It's starting to get down towards the end of our season.
What a good season it's been as well. Sean Kelly's just come in and taken the fight to Marlon. It's been good to see, and for him to hopefully at the end of this race be crowned champion will be very good for TTR.
Yeah, it really will. And, you know, it's been a great run for Marlon McMullen. The past 2 seasons we've seen him win a championship twice, guys. That's quite an accomplishment here in the V8 Americas series, to win back-to-back championships and really have a fight for a three-peat. That was just absolutely outstanding. But 38 laps is what we're scheduled to run here today, and we're about to hit 22nd lap of the race. So it's been a great race so far to finish up here at Phillip Island. Great pit stops. I thought the guys did well. And Sean Kelly with about an 11-second lead over second-place driver Chad Chastain. The closer battle is between second and third there. I think we could have a good battle between second, third, and fourth. Jake Burton, they're all kind of getting close together.
Yeah, well, in the meantime, Michael Cracknell has also just retired from the race.
Boy, they're dropping like flies out there. Not an easy track, is it, out there?
No, it's not. It's a little bit trickier than it looks on paper. It's a bit one-lined, and if you put a wheel in the dirt, it's not a good ending.
Yeah, the speeds are so high here that a mistake can be, as JD would say, devastational. You get off into the grass, you just can't slow the car up. The contact that you make is really hard. So,
Kane, I hate to get you, but Bo Cattell now, or not Bo Cattell, I'm so sorry, guys. I couldn't get it out. Aaron Hamilton still side by side with Bones, not Bo Cattell. And Graham Filan's going to try to rebound here. It's a good battle with our buddy Bones.
Yeah, he just couldn't get the power down, and it cost him there. He got a bit up on the curb too much. That curb is really nasty on the inside there. If you hit it, it'll just launch the car, and it's not good. Shepard, a bit of a mistake, but he's held on again.
Golly, tough loss of position there for Bones. He had a great run going up in 16th. He will fall to 17th momentarily. Great pass right there by Aaron Hamilton. Sorry, Kane, go back there, buddy. It was too good of a pass.
And Fulcher just breezes by Budsy in there. Budsy just gave him the position. He knows he's not in the race, so just letting the quick guys through, doing the good sportsmanship thing.
Yeah,
it won't be
really
long until Nick Ottinger makes his way up to Marty Carroll in 9th place. He is knocking that time down. He's gaining on it.
Nick's got some good pace in the second stint so far. Even in his first stint, he was pretty good, running consistent, mid-33s, and that's very good pace for someone who doesn't spend as much time in this car as the rest of the field.
I'd like to see Nick Ottinger running this series more. He's obviously shown he belongs here. He's good enough to be out here with the rest of them. So
I think you'll see him in Season 4. He and Michael J. Johnson both tend to wander over to the V8s when the NASCAR iRacing series isn't running.
I like what I hear. Thanks, Jim David. Boy, you're right, Kane. Here is Nick Ottinger. He is starting to close down that gap between him and the sim pit Ford right in front of him of Martin Carroll. Marty doing everything he can to hold on to his position. That is a top 10 position they're battling for. That's for 9th. As we look just a little bit ahead, as we check in on our top 5, Sean Kelly has upped his lead to 12 seconds, guys. Chad Chastain back there in 2nd. In 3rd, it's Curtis Chipaway, about 2 seconds behind Chad. Jake Burton about 1.5 seconds behind Curtis. So it's starting to look good up here at the front. Things are starting to tighten up a little bit. Marlon McMullen rounds out your top 5 guys.
To say, Marlon is really struggling in this race. He's not himself, whether it is the track or whether he just hasn't quite got the car to where he wants it. He's just off the pace today. It's not good for him.
Yeah, it's not his normal pace we're used to seeing out there. And it's not that he's having a bad race because he's in the top 5. It's just not what we're used to seeing from Marlon. You know he has to be a little disappointed going into today, knowing what he had to pull off. It's almost too much to ask out of somebody. But, boy, I think for considering the track is not his favorite, all the point standings and stresses going into the race, he's performing okay. I think he's got a lot on his shoulders, guys.
Back to the point we were making earlier about the irregulars coming into the series. I think you'll see a lot more guys who never driven this car before come along when the new cars come. So when the VF Commodore is released, hopefully Season 4, and when the Ford Falcon gets its physics update, I think you'll see a lot more guys come and jump in this series.
Dylan Shepard now in danger of losing his 14th spot as here comes Aaron Hamilton. Now we got to keep an eye on Aaron Hamilton. We haven't talked much about him. We saw him pass Graham Filan. Now up to this Devil's Cut bottle of Ford Falcon. Aaron Hamilton giving Dylan Shepard all he can handle.
Going back to Marlon McMullen, guys. I'm comparing the laps between Sean Kelly and Marlon McMullen up on the screen. And the speed difference isn't as much as you would think on lap 21. Sean Kelly turned to 132.515. Marlon Mullen 132.568. That was just the one that they were close on. The others, I'd say about half a second is all that he's off pace. It sounds like a lot considering as close as these guys run. But on Phillip Island, half a second off pace isn't horrible.
That's good stuff, man. How about Nick Ottinger has now passed Marty Carroll. Marty Carroll, tough break for him. He's got a good move to get back up towards Nick. It looked like Nick Ottinger was going to run away with it, and it does look that way indeed. Here comes Marty Carroll to try to get back up there, at least try to get in that draft zone of the Rheem Ford Falcon. It's going to be very tough to do, as Nick Ottinger has shown once he passes a car, he tends to run away.
Martin Carroll coming off of a win last weekend in the main race, the Australian time zone race. He won the last weekend, I've seen, so great job to Marty. He's been having a much better season over in the Australian time zone than he has in the Americas series. He's doing quite well.
It's a very good point, Kane. Very good point. He has done exceptionally well in the Australian time slot versus here in the Americas. And I think that we'll see a big improvement from Marty next season. I just think he had a lot of other things other than racing this season get on him, and he had a busy schedule. And sometimes that can take away from your mental focus on the track. And Marty knows that. He didn't put in the time that he normally does. And I think that will return next season. So this is a good way for him to finish out the season if he can hold on to a top 10 today. He's had trouble, though, as Sam Collins is right there with him, guys. And Marty just put a tire off the track. That'll slow him up a little bit as the Kamikaze Race Team car is right there behind the Sim Pit Falcon.
I think Marty right now has just got to consolidate his position. Understand that if the car's not to his liking, he's just got to drive within the limits and take what he can get from this race at the moment, because he seems to be falling back like a stone. I mean, he started 13th, so anything from that's a positive.
Also, boys, Aaron Hamilton has moved up one more position. He has passed Dylan Shepard and moved up into the 14th position. This Aaron Hamilton's on a roll. Good battle right now between Corey Preston and James McKnight. The Sim Pit Falcon trying to get around the hint car, I'll call it that. I don't want to give away anything. The hint car of Corey Preston. And it's a good two-car battle. These two really going at it.
Well, I don't think if you didn't drop a hit, you'd be giving away much. I think the skin pretty much speaks for itself as to what team he's going to.
Yeah, he has everything up there but the name, boys. It is really, really obvious. KRT, man. It is going to be cool to see Corey join up with them next season. That is really going to be exciting. Their team has really grown from just its original debut with just Michael Fulcher and Mark Anderson.
They had to get another team member as the new V8 Supercar series that will be starting in August. It's going to have team battles, and so will we next season. But we got maximum 2 persons per team. They only had 3 drivers. They had to look for a 4th driver so that all their members could participate as part of a team.
Absolutely.
Corey Preston's not a bad driver for a team anyway. He's the sort of guy, he's a dark horse in a race. So he goes through these phases, he'll have really good runs, and he'll be up there with the top splitters, and then he'll just go through a rough patch and he'll be kind of rear pack. But he's a great driver, and he's a good guy to drive with as well. He's more often than not, he's clean.
Yeah, he is. He's got some bad luck. When that bad luck bites him, it seems like he's down for 2 or 3 races. But he started out the season fantastic, as well as last season. He started out really good, and then through the mid-season, he kind of that bad luck bug bites him, and it just takes a few races for that venom to wear off and for him to get back to it, and then he usually starts coming back around.
Guys, I got to give credit to Sim Pit Ford Falcon driver Chad Chastain, who's made his way around Curtis Chipaway there. Chad Chastain in the 2nd position. This could be a great prelude to next season for Chad.
And yeah, Chad just got to be able to spend more time in the car. I know mid-season, talking to some of the STC boys, he wasn't exactly happy with the amount of seat time he was getting in the V8, and you could see it in his performances. But hope next season, let's hope he comes on strong and is back to that championship contender he was for the last 2 seasons.
Yeah, you know Chad Chastain's not going away. He is definitely a driver that has as much potential as anybody in this entire service. You know when he's on, he is on and almost unstoppable. It's going to be real exciting to see what Chad brings to the table next season. It's just a good way for him to finish it.
Also, unfortunate news, Sanjay Dalalek has just retired also.
I was wondering how long he was going to be able to hold on to that car. He did a fantastic job of keeping a wrecked car out there. I hate that for Sanjay. He's such a great driver. Be a tough way to end the season for him.
Sam Collins did manage to get around Marty Carroll, but Marty's not letting him go. He's staying right there with him. He's within a half second the back bumper of the kamikaze car. So maybe he'll be able to get him back with 10 laps remaining in this race. It's possible.
Well, you'll often find when you get past, you have a little carrot dangled in front of your face. You want to get back to that car in front of you. So those like those first few corners after getting past, you'll be really quick, but then you might just fall back to what your normal pace was. But right now we've got a good 4-car battle going on between Aaron Hamilton, Dylan Shepherd, Graham Filand and Chris Brooks, all for 13th through, it's a correction, 14th through to 17th position.
Graham's doing an extra good job tonight. He's really been battling hard with these guys throughout this race. Been looking good.
But this is one of his tracks I think he really enjoys, and once again, just like earlier with Marlon not enjoying the track, I think it really does show when a driver enjoys a track, it just adds a little something to their performance.
I know for me at the start of this season I had a fantastic run because I loved all those tracks, and then we kind of got to towards Road Atlanta in the middle of the season. It's like, no, don't like these tracks. It's a terrible run. So it's very much how much you like the track and whether it just works for you. In saying that, Chris Brooks down the inside of Graham Filand on the front stretch should be gaining a position here into turn 1.
Graham gives him plenty of room, and Brooks gets the pass done nice and clean.
I was wondering, Jim, did you have an update on second split at all?
Yeah, we got some, still got some action going on. Jason Scandalera, the SSR LED Innovations Falcon, still leads.
SSR rep.
Yeah, that's right. There you go. Dennis Gaterick is still running second in the ProLab Motorsports Falcon. However, during the pit cycle, he lost 7 seconds to Jason.
Sounds familiar.
It does. However, here's the best part. Since that time, he has been closing half a second to a second per lap, and he's now down to just under 3 seconds back from Jason. I think it's going to be really tight at the end. Behind them is Matt Dower in his Lockwood Ford Falcon, followed by Adam Harden in his Mad Cow Racing. Very close to him, almost on the bumper between 4th and 5th is Isaac de Figueiredo. And that's another really tight battle the entire race. Jason Dixon in the Apparition Technologies Ford Falcons running 6th. Stephen Jenkins running 7th in his privateer, TOF Racing car. Chris Hogan in the SDC Motorsports is running 8th. Rory Winter running 9th. And Shane Brook running 10th.
Awesome reporting there, Jim. It's awesome to get these updates from the second split. So many great drivers in that second split, some of which may be joining up in this top split next season. You never know how things will go between the seasons here. And we always find some new talent, usually about midway through a season, as iRating does change. And it'll be awesome to see some of those guys that may be battling with you right now, Jim, see them up here in this top split.
I gotta say, if I decided to race that, I probably would have been on your broadcast tonight. Just saying.
That's what I like to hear, Jim.
I think the cutoff for this top split. Cutoff for this top split's about 2,500 iRating. So if you're above that, you're pretty set.
I'm right on the edge because I'm about 200 or 300 above the top car in the second split.
Good. Sorry, boys. Corey Preston almost lost it. A beautiful save. He was sideways and got the car back around. He was almost completely 90 degrees pointed sideways to the left. He got the car, somehow turned it back straight, and has held his position lead over 13th place James McKnight. Beautiful save by Corey Preston.
Well, while we're talking to Jim before as well, Graham Filand had a bit of a spin. Lost about 20 seconds to the group, so he's back in the clutches of Mike Bunzian at the moment in 17th position. Well,
boys, I will say this. Here on lap 31, we're less than 10 laps left in our season, as we're only, here goes side-by-side racing between the Sim Pit Ford Falcon. James McKnight now going to try to make a move on Corey. They are door-to-door as they're heading through turns 3 and 4. As they hit this hairpin, things will get real interesting, and it's a lot of speed by the Sim Pit Ford Falcon. The problem is he's on the outside. What will happen through the hairpin? And it looks like Corey will regain the position for now.
A very good move under brakes there from Corey. His car just seems to be a little bit unstable across the bumps. James McKnight's car just seemed to sit nicely, whereas Corey was kind of catching the car. So we'll see how Corey goes in the next few laps.
Oh, that was so nice by Corey. He knew that James McKnight had the speed, but he knew that he had the better position. Beautiful job there by Corey.
Yeah, Corey's car is looking very unstable. The last 2 laps, he's had a lot of twitchiness coming from the car, and he's really had to chase the car to keep it under control.
Yeah, I thought he had lost it there, boys, when that car got sideways. I thought it was all she wrote for him.
I've got a really tight battle here in second split. Once again, Adam Harden, Isaac DeFigueiredo. They were neck and neck. Adam got a little sideways coming out of Lukey Heights. Isaac got the pass on him. Adam took it back side by side into one on the following lap, and they are still side by side halfway through the following lap. I can't tell you how this is going to end because they have made contact a few times.
How about Isaac DeFigueiredo? Good to hear him doing good.
And I got his name right.
That's right. How about Sean Kelly, guys, running away with it here in the top split. He has a 16-second lead over Chad Chastain in second, and it is just runaway time as it looks very promising for the hybrid racing simulations driver. It's lap 32 of 38, boys, and he's fixing to start lap 33. He's only got a few more laps to win his championship here in the Americas.
Right ahead of him, Mike Budzine is really putting the pressure on Graham Filan for that 17th position.
There's not a lot happening at the moment, really. It's kind of settled down into that end of race vibe, which everyone's just waiting for those last 2 or 3 laps to really put the foot down and try and get a pass that'll be completed, and the other guy won't be able to get you back in time.
That's right, the quiet before the storm. And right now, Mike Budzine looking ahead. He'd love to catch Mr. Graham Bones Filan right there. That's the battle for 17th, and the leader, Sean Kelly, will be coming up on him very shortly. So it'll be kind of interesting to see how that rolls.
Yeah, it's all about how Mike plays the traffic. Whether you want to let Sean through at the most advantageous position to you, but then you want to make Graham have to get out of the way at the most in the position he doesn't want to move, so that you can just sneak through and do the sneaky old I'll pass with the lap car.
Absolutely. Well, we talked about Marty Carroll and how good he's been doing. He's just fallen out of the top 10, guys. He's behind Peter Barlow, and he is pushing really hard. He would love to finish with the top 10 here. He'd love to catch that overclockers Ford Falcon.
Yeah, he would. I don't think he's got the rear end underneath his car at the moment. And speaking of that, he's just run off at the hairpin.
He just had to use the runoff area and got on the grass. Now he's okay. There is a battle behind him between James McKnight and Sam Collins. This time, James McKnight has the inside, and Corey Preston with a brave move to cut down in front. He had the room, and it was a totally clean pass, but very brave.
Yeah, Corey's really struggling at the moment. It seems every corner he's just putting a ton of opposite lock in to keep the car straight. So I would expect James, if he gets a good run out of the final turn, to just breeze on by. And speaking of which, Corey
there's
is
a
way
sideways
loose.
turn. Sorry, buddy. I thought that was all it. Corey is looking like his tires are just gone.
And Mike Budzin has gotten past Graham Filan. I think he's pulled the sneaky with Sean Kelly and got past him.
So we do have a good battle on the track between Corey Preston and James McKnight. You know James is just sitting there waiting to strike as they come up on the final turn and start lap 34 here at Phillip Island. It is Corey Preston just staying ahead. Here comes James McKnight. He's going to try to make a move on the outside. As he comes down this straightaway, he's going to make a really wide turn into turn one, and he's going to remain by side, and he had to get on the brakes just to tap the brakes, and that'll give Corey Preston the advantage he needs to remain in the lead. Well,
Corey's just run wide into two.
Ooh.
Here they go. Good job, James McKnight with more grip. He got a little loose on exit, but he's going to make the pass complete A beautiful pass by the Simbit Ford Falcon of James
Watch for Corey to
McKnight.
come back though. Corey's got to run. He'll be. Oh, he's put it down there on the dirt. Oh, he's
and
done
that's going to be
Alexander
all she
Prummett.
wrote for Corey Preston. He just ran out of grip, boys.
He just got a bit greedy there on the inside, and James put the car in the perfect position to force Corey to do that. It's just one of Corey's unfortunate driving characteristics of he just doesn't cope with the pressure that well, and you can see it just then.
Boy, that was a tough break.
Up
there
ahead,
for
Nick
Corey.
Ottinger's caught 8th place Kamikaze driver Mike Fulcher, and he's putting the pressure on. He's looking to take over that 8th position.
Boy,
An
Nick-
uncharacteristically weak race for Michael Fulcher this week. Usually he's up there with the quick guys, but he just hasn't seemed to have his vibe this week.
Yeah, Fast Fulch not quite as fast as he normally is, but he's doing okay at the moment. He does have worries from Nick Ottinger back there. I'm proud of Nick Ottinger, boys. I think he's come in here and really made a statement.
Yeah, you see Fulcher trying to shake the draft there of Nick. It won't help really when he's a second back, but Nick Ottinger's he's impressed me a lot today. He's being an oval guy, coming across, jumping this beast. Very good job by him. So there's SSR scouts out there. Sign this guy up. Let's get him on our team.
I bet he'll be getting some offers, boys. All right, guys, it's time to start thinking championship. If you're Sean Kelly, you have a 17, almost 18-second lead over second place. It's all got is just a few more laps. You can count them on one hand, boys. It is really close to being over if you're Sean Kelly. He's about to start lap 36 of 38. All he has to do is keep it on the track, and he should be okay.
Yeah, Sean's just absolutely walked away with this race today. Curtis correction seemed to sit with him for the first few laps, but then just, I don't know what these TTR boys have underneath their cars, but it's special, whatever it is.
It really is. It is really special, and you got to give Sean Kelly all the credit in the world. He has come into this series and really represented well, and if he's lucky today, or not even lucky, just if he keeps this thing on the track, he's going to walk out of here the V8 Supercar Americas champion for Season 2.
You know, whatever their setup was, they shared it with Jake Burton and the custom image guys, because Jake Burton is flying today as well. This is definitely one of his better races. He's kept up with the fast guys really good, and he's had a fantastic race. Recovering from that incident and having as good of a recovery as he's had. He's about to catch Curtis Chipaway with 3 laps left. There's a chance he could with as much time as he's gaining on him.
Yeah, that would be something if Jake Burton could find the podium here. He's fallen back, but now starting to regain his traction. It seems he's moving up back towards Kurt. Be a fun battle between these two teams.
Yeah, Kurt was about 0.6 of a second slower than Jake on that last lap, so I don't know whether Curtis is just kind of easing off a bit to bring it home, or he's just generally struggling with tyre wear.
Keeping an eye on Nick Ottinger, as Kane mentioned just a moment ago, here on lap 36 of 38. And Michael Fulcher now doing everything he can to keep in front of Nick Ottinger. Nick Ottinger looks like a snake ready to strike. At any moment, he could make that move and try to make a pass. I think he's going to wait until that final lap to make that big move around him. Our leader has started lap 37, boys, so for the last time today as he reaches around, the white flag will be out the next time by, and we'll be on our final lap of the 2014 Season 2 season.
Yeah, what a season it's been. Sean just comes in and takes the fight to Marlon, and I have to say in the last few weeks he's had the upper hand on him. It's good to see someone else win as well, and it's a nice guy like Sean as well.
Yeah, and he has. He's come in here. He's had a great attitude in the series. He's been extra helpful to some of the other drivers, and it's been refreshing to see somebody come in, one of the faster guys come into the series and keep such a good positive attitude. Which we had that with Marlon too, as the 2-time champion. He's always extra helpful as well, doing the hot lap videos and trying his best to help out other drivers. But Sean Kelly definitely came in here with equally as much of a championship attitude, and it's good to see someone else take the championship. When you get somebody that repeats so many times, it can, I don't know, it's good to see somebody else come in here.
Fulcher has just got into the fence in a tight battle with Ottinger, and it's just one of those unfortunate instances of Fulcher just squeezing too much and Fulcher's in the fence, and his good position is done.
Yeah, Fulcher's got to be careful. He's got an SDC car coming up. That's Marty Carroll. And if Fulch doesn't get back on pace, Marty could catch him. Marty's really pushing, and Marty doesn't have the grip he had earlier in the race. Marty needs to be careful. I love to see that. Oh, I love seeing Marty push like that. That's the old Marty we know. I'm telling you, boys, he's going to be something special next season. Well, boys, the final lap is here. It's lap 38 of 38, and we're watching the leader right now. He deserves this camera time. It is Sean Kelly on his final run here at Phillip Island. He is on his way to a championship, boys. He is well deserved. This is about as fun as it gets if you're Sean Kelly. You put yourself up to a 19, almost 20-second lead over second place. My goodness, he really has dominated here at Phillip Island. We knew that he loved this track, but it really showed today as he is making his final lap here, and it just is a beautiful season for him. And here it is, guys, for the 2014 second season. It's your champion, Sean Kelly of Hybrid Racing Simulations, or Ford Falcon right there. Congratulations, Sean Kelly.
Coming to the final turn now is Chad, bringing home second place for the SimPit STC Motorsport guys. Another stellar performance by STC Motorsports. They're always some good guys to watch, and Chad, well done. Curtis will bring it home third for Power Bond, followed by Jake for TTR as well in fourth, with Marlon close behind him in fifth.
Back in sixth, it should be Bo Cubis, who will come across in sixth in the Lockwood Falcon. How about Nick Ottinger, boys? He's going to come across, it looks like, in seventh, just ahead of Sam Collins in eighth. Back in ninth, it'll be Peter Barlow coming around in ninth, and rounding out our top 10, it should be the KRT driver, Michael Fulcher. In 11th there, Marty Carroll, as you see him coming across in 11th there, and then another SDC boy coming across in 12th. It's James McKnight in 12th. 13th, Corey Preston. Aaron Hamilton will come across in 14th. Dylan Shepard should get 15th. Chris Brooks 16th. 17th, Mike Budzine. Bones will get 18th. Sanjin Delilac, of course, 19th. 20th, Michael Cracknell. Mark Anderson 21st. Martin Creamer's 22nd. And Brad Newman rounding out the 23-car field. And, guys, the season is complete. We got a champion.
Yeah, just have a quick look at Chris Brooks here with Dylan Shepard. Seems to be all sorted out, but Brooksy had a good look at Shepard. Maybe thought it might have made a position there, but no, Shepard in 15th, Brooks in 16th.
Boy, you got to give it up to Sean Kelly on this season, winning it all. It's just a big congratulations for just a big win for Sean Kelly, not only on the day, but on the season. Job well done.
Yeah, absolutely domination by Sean there. It's good to see him win. He's a generally nice bloke. So congratulations, Sean, on the championship. Marlon, close fourth, second position, but Sean definitely outraced him this season.
I love that word. He's a nice bloke. Oh, you guys just trip me out. I love it. I love it to death. I tell you what, we'll do a final rundown here as the drivers are finishing up their celebrations. It's Sean Kelly, guys, winning here at Phillip Island. Second place, Chad Chastain. Curtis Chipaway, third on the day. That's your podium. Jake Burton was really close, though. He comes in fourth. Marlon McMullen, the two-time champ, is going to finish in fifth. And now it's sixth place, Bo Cubis. Nick Ottinger, well represented today as he gets a seventh place finish. Sam Collins will come across in eighth place today. A beautiful job by the KRT driver. In ninth, it's Peter Barlow in the Overclockers Australia car. He'll come across ninth. 10th is Michael Fulcher. He came across ahead of 11th car, Marty Carroll. James McKnight of SDC Motorsports, 12th, with Corey Preston finishing 13th. Aaron Hamilton is going to come across in 14th. Dylan Shepard, 15th. Chris Brooks has come across in 16th, with Mike Budzine and the V8 Americas Ford Falcon coming across in 17th. Graham Filan will finish 18th, with Sanjin Delilac 19th. Michael Cracknell will finish 20th. Mark Anderson 21st. 22nd, Martin Creamers, and Brad Newman rounding out the 23-car field. Guys, great race here at Phillip Island, full of entertainment. Let's talk to Jim Davey and see how things worked out in the second split.
It was a lot of fun at the last half of the race. Jason Scandalera, LED Innovations SSR Racing, won from pole position. Dennis Guterick managed to hold on to, managed to stay second. He wasn't quite able to run down for the lead. Matt Dower third, Jason Dixon fourth. After Isaac DeFigueredo and Adam Harden were just rubbing on each other too much, Jason said, "Thank you, I'll take that spot." Isaac ended up fifth, Adam sixth. Seventh was Stephen Jenkins, eighth, Chris Hogan.
Hogs.
There you go. Ninth was Rory Windrum. 10th was Robert Rosengreen. 11th, Shane Brook. 12th, Stephen Oldfield. 13th, Tony Diamond Tenney. 14th, Shane Rayner. 15th, Brooks Westfall. 16th, Dean Flavel. 17th, Plinio Ferreira.
There you go,
I said
buddy.
that wrong. I apologize. Rob Charbonneau, 18th. 19th was Peter Simons. 20, Abai Beckert. Like I said, a lot of new people. I apologize.
Hey,
21st, Richard Knight. 22nd, Sean Thompson. 23rd, Demir Skorik.
beautiful job, Jim. I tell you, people don't realize how hard it is to pronounce names that you're not used to seeing. I thought you did a beautiful job, buddy.
Well, I appreciate it. And thank you for remembering me this week.
That's right. I wasn't going to cut the driver interviews before we got our second split update. I get excited and ahead of myself. But, guys, without further ado, it's time to talk to our Season 2 champion of 2014 here in the Americas Series. Let's bring in the new champion, Sean Kelly. Sean, you welcome, buddy. Congratulations.
Hey, guys. Yeah, thanks. Thanks for having me.
Well, we knew that it was going to be hard for you to give up this championship today, but you didn't tell us you were going to run away with this thing like that. Beautiful race out there, just total domination.
Yeah, cheers, man. I wasn't quite as prepared as I thought, and
Don't bring
I
me
didn't
that
really-
mess. You finished 20 seconds over second place.
yeah, no, I just love Phillip Island, and the car felt awesome, and I was in a good zone, so yeah, really happy with that. So it's good fun.
Boy, I bet that was fun. Sean, that just looked like it was fun. You looked like you were having a good time out there. It looked like you were just on a tractor beam. Nothing could throw you off. It just looked like you were just in the zone out there. And, boy, it was just beautiful, man. You did what you had to do. First season coming to the Americas, and here you are champion, man. Congratulations.
Yeah, cheers. It was a long race. It's hard to get concentration up, but yeah, thanks to Marlon this season. It's been a great running the championship with him, and you know, I think if we had a different point structure or less drop rounds, yeah, it would have been really interesting actually. So yeah, it's quite nice. He sent me a nice little photo of a little trophy, which I thought was a really nice gesture. So yeah, good on Marlon, and yeah, just got to thank all my team back at TTR, Trans-Tasman Racing, with Osire and Damo. You know, spotting for us sometimes. It's a huge help, and yeah, of course, huge thanks to our sponsor, Hybrid Racing Simulations. You know, it's a great guy running a great business, and they've got some really awesome products coming up soon. So yeah, I've really enjoyed this season, and yeah, you guys have been awesome broadcasting it. So thanks a lot.
Yeah, going back to your sponsor, their Hybrid Simulator, it looks like they're starting work on a steering wheel, and their steering wheel looks pretty cool.
Yeah, sure does. He's got quite a few cool things in the works, so I don't want to, you know, give anything away, but yeah, certainly keep an eye out because he's got some pretty serious bits of kit, but I think some really good bits of kit which will be priced really well as well. So
Awesome.
yeah, something to look forward to.
Well, we'll definitely keep our eyes open for the Hybrid Racing Simulations boys to see what they throw out at us. We'll be happy to hear about it. It seems like you guys will have a long sponsorship between the two. So that's good news, Sean. That's absolutely wonderful. What's your plans for next season here in the Americas?
Well, traditionally I haven't really done a whole lot of races over the last year, and I just want to do more races this year. And obviously got the Premier Series coming up, but I'll be around. I think I'll just take it as I go each week, depending on the track and depending if go out the night before or yeah, we'll just see how it goes basically. But yeah, it's been great running it, and I'll be around.
I tell you what, Sean, we've enjoyed having you here in the Americas Series, buddy. It continues to get bigger and bigger, and it's just great for Americans. We're happy to have you here, buddy.
Yeah, does it and it can only get stronger, especially with a new car coming out. So yeah, great things to come.
I got a question for
Absolutely.
Sean. Is there any little tease you can give us for season 3 from the TTR side of the shop, Sean?
Any what tips?
Any teasers? You know, any new sponsors or drivers or anything that might be in the works in the rumor mill?
No, I've got no teasers. I think things are pretty much as they are. We're just got to work out who's going to team up with who for the Premier Series, and yeah, so we've got a week or two to sort that out. So we'll see.
Sounds great, Sean. Thank you so much for coming by for a word with us. And once again, congratulations on being champion of Season 2 here in the Americas.
Thanks, guys.
And
Just
that's
quickly
Sean.
before we do grab the next guy, I'm just going to drop some little bit of SSR rumor mill stuff here. We will be next season. We have got 2 new drivers. One we've poached back from Power Bond, the young Dylan Shepherd, so he'll be jumping back into our cars.
Awesome.
And we've got a returning member, long-time SSR driver / old days, don't want to name that team driver. Robert Rosengreen has returned. So we've got 2 new drivers next season, and hints of possibly a new sponsor. So keep your eyes peeled for that.
Awesome news there from Sam Sutton. And so good stuff, Sam.
That's synergy, right?
Yep.
Excellent. Excellent stuff. Sean, congratulations on the championship, buddy. Thanks for having a word with us.
Thanks, guys.
And that is Sean Kelly. Let's bring in next. Let's bring in Dylan Shepherd. Shoot, he's up there waiting to be talked to. We'll bring him in and let Sam introduce him. Sam, introduce your new boy.
Hello, Mr. Shepherd. Welcome back to SSR.
Hey, thanks, Sam.
Caught you bad episodes, but how'd you find your race today?
Well, yeah, alright. Didn't do any practice pretty much whatsoever. I just jumped on this morning and did some laps and thought I'd do the race. And yeah, it was just a nice, fun race. I think I held a couple people up and caused a bit of trouble, but I had fun, so that's all that matters.
Yeah, it looked like you had a bit of a rally car going on there for those last few laps. Seemed like you had a good battle with Aaron Hamilton and the likes. How was that for you?
Yeah, it was frustrating because, like, I don't think Aaron was quick there. I mean, I wasn't quicker than him. We were just kind of the same pace, and the only time we would catch one another is if the other made a mistake. And towards my car was just going off, and yeah, it was just a rally, like you said, a rally car to drive, and I just couldn't keep up with him.
Oh, bringing home 15 is pretty good, so hopefully we'll get you in that SSR skin for next season, and we'll get you some synergy sets, and you'll be great.
Yeah, I think that'll definitely help.
Good job out there, though, Dylan. That was fun watching you out there today. I thought you had a great race out there, buddy. Some interesting things out there on the track today. A lot of cars sliding around. It's a tough little track out there. You perform well.
Yeah, thanks, guys, and thanks again for the amazing broadcast for the season. And yeah, let's just keep it going. It's just going to get bigger and better.
It sure is, buddy. Next season, we're already looking forward to it. I just week 13s get me every time. I'm just ready to start a new season, but you guys do deserve a week off. So thanks again, Dylan, very much, and that's excellent news on joining the team up again. That's just incredible.
Yeah, it's a bit of a good story for me. I love Synergy. Like, I only left them just to see what other teams are like, and I had my run in Powerbond, and they were a great team, but come back to like where I started, and it's just family again, and yeah, it's great.
Excellent news there from Dylan Shepherd. Guys, you're listening to the Get Dirty MX post-race show. Without further ado, let's bring in Marty Carroll. I always make him wait till the end of the interview, so let's bring in Marty real quick. Marty, I'm not going to make you wait today, pal. Welcome to the Get Dirty MX post-race show, pal.
Hey, JD, good to be here, Kane.
Oh, it's good to have you on the show, Marty. I thought you had a great performance out on the track today. It looked like late in the race the car may have had a lot of fall off on it on the tires, but other than that, it seemed like the old Marty out there again.
Yeah, well, Sam was right in the broadcast. I didn't have the rear end on to be late in the race after our oval friend Nick Ottinger got into me with a nice little dive bomb down the hairpin and just locked up enough to collect my right rear and just put my rear toe out a little bit. So every time I tried to put the power down and wanted to turn right, so it made life a little bit difficult. And I was running about a half a second off my race pace there for the last sort of 15 laps, and that allowed the rest of the guys to slowly get to me, and I held them up as long as I could, but all in all, it was a good, strong finish to the season for STC boys and the Simpit Falcons. So, no, quite happy with the race in the end.
I was very proud of you. I thought you did excellent in this race. You held on to a top 10 for the majority of the race, which was just really fun to see. And I was telling everybody we're really excited about next season. I think we're going to have some real big things from Marty.
Yeah, well, definitely some big news to come. Keep an eye out on the STC Motorsports fan page next week. We've got a very big announcement to make in regards to our road division. Sorry.
Awesome.
So yeah, we're looking very strong for next season and seasons to come.
Well, Marty, you already answered my question, so I don't have one for you. So
that was the question right there.
And good work on the broadcast there, Sam. It was awesome.
Yeah, cheers, mate.
Yeah, guys, don't worry at all. We are going to have that rumor mill churning very shortly as we get ready for our after driver interviews, as we have our discussion session here in the Get 30 MX post-race show. Guys, without further ado, thanks again, Marty. Hang tight. We got lots to talk about
Can I get
tonight.
one more thing?
You go right ahead.
Congratulations to Sean on winning the championship. Well driven all year. Mate, perfect gentleman on and off the track, and well deserved.
Thanks, Marty. Appreciate it. You know, I've been around this gig for a while now, so yeah. When a year and a half ago I realised I thought a lot of people were going to come up over top of me, but we all keep improving, and yes, I've just tried to be good on and off track, and so many of us are. So it's just a great community to be part of.
Yeah, mate, it's just reward for all your hard work, mate, and congratulations.
Thanks.
And that's great words there from Marty. That's very, very true statement. Now let's bring in the two-time champ. He's unfortunately didn't defend for his title this year, but he had a great run with Sean. Sean Kelly was just too fast in the end. But let's bring in Marlon McMullen real quick, guys. Let's talk to the Power Bond driver, the two-time champ. Let's talk to Marlon McMullen, everybody. Marlon, how you doing out there, pal?
G'day, everyone. How are we?
Oh, fantastic, buddy. A great top five tonight. Didn't seem like you had your normal pace. We, as Sam pointed out to us in the broadcast, Phillip Island, not one of your top tracks, not one of your most favorites to visit, but tell us a little bit about the race tonight.
Yeah, I was pretty happy considering. I mean, leading up to the week, I mean, I worked on the setup and got something down packed pretty nice, especially for Curtis, and he got his first win yesterday, so congrats to him. But, so I was pretty confident that we had something that was reliable under us. But unfortunately, I haven't really had much time to practice this week. But, that's just the way it is. So I went out there today with, a bunch full of race laps. And, I had a really good battle. And unfortunately, my pit stop wasn't really the most flashiest. And I lost a couple of positions. But it was a really good fight back in the end to chase down Jake. And, it was a really good race.
It really was a fantastic race. And, Marlon, it's been fun watching you battle all season long to try to get that three-peat. You fell just short. But I tell you what, you did an excellent job again this year, and we're looking forward to seeing how things go for you next season, bud.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, first of all, I should have said that first, but well done to Sean, obviously. We had an awesome battle all throughout the season. I came out fighting as strong as I could at the start of the season, and it was really good to step up that game on him because he's such, as I said, all season long, such a competent driver, and he's out of a really stronger team stable. So, it's pretty awesome to go head to head with him throughout the season. And he really stepped up his game midway throughout the season. And it was a really good battle throughout the season. Fortunately, at the end dropped off a little bit, but that's the way it is. So I'll take what I learned from this season. A lot of positives and a few negatives, and I'll come back fighting next season to see if I can try and make 3.
Great words there from Marlon McMullen. Marlon, hang tight with us. We got lots of things to talk about, especially about teams and next season and whatnot. We got to spill some rumors on the show tonight. We've already cracked a few already with Sam. He's done told us some good things. Let's bring in next. Let's go ahead and bring Curtis. He had a fantastic race tonight. We'll bring in the other Power Bond driver. Kurt, welcome to the Get 30 MX post-race show, buddy. Fantastic race out there tonight for you.
Yeah, it was. I'm happy with the result, but the car just fell off in that second stint really bad, and it kind of bummed I couldn't keep up with Chad there at the end.
Yeah, he did kind of get ahead there, but it was actually fun watching. You actually had good good job running with Sean there at the beginning of the race. Eventually, he ran away with it, but you really had good pace at the beginning of the race, and we're real proud of you. You looked very fast.
Yeah, I was surprised I kept up with him so long. I didn't think that was gonna happen, but yeah, I'm glad it did because I felt good with the car in testing, and it showed today in the race. I was just a bit too slow.
Hey, well, anyways, it's still a great season, Curtis. I think that it's excellent news. You've joined up new team this season. We've watched you get better and better each week. I can't wait to see what's going to happen with you next season. It's going to be truly fun to watch you in season 3, buddy.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to next season. This was my first season back, so I really wasn't expecting to do this good, but I'm glad I did, and I got picked up Powerbond Racing. I'm feeling good about next season.
Absolutely, Curtis. It's excellent. Congratulations on a job well done. We look forward to talking to you here shortly. Let's bring in another.
Just before we pass him off, I got one question for Curtis.
Oh, go ahead.
And it's not about the rumor mill, because that'll be later. There's always the inter-team rivalry. How does it feel to get a leg up on your team boss?
Yeah, that's that it feels great because I'm always behind him. I've always been good for the team rivalry, especially back in the day with Chad. That's what fuels me. I don't care about the other cars. I care about my teammate. Got to beat him first.
It's very good
That's
point.
Good to see you, PowerPoint guys, run well.
And that's an excellent point there from Curtis. Chip away, everybody. Now we'll bring in SDC Motorsports driver Chad Chastain. Chad, wait a second. Let's bring him in. I brought him. Chad, welcome to the Get 30 MX post-race show. How about that performance out there tonight, buddy? That was the old Chad Chastain coming back for a little vengeance. I love it.
Yeah, after a hard luck season, man, that's a good way to end the season. Maybe I can build on that for next year. That felt good.
It's not maybe you can. We know you will, Chad. It looked like Chad of season 1, and it hasn't been the best season for you, and maybe not had the seat time that you've wanted. And we know that that's going to change next season. I could see it in you tonight, and it's just going to be so exciting. We're going to open up season 3 with just an unbelievably heavy storylines, from new team championships to, I mean, you name it. It's just going to be incredible. And what a time for you to come back on a high note. Great way to finish the season.
Yeah, man. I mean, the depth of the talent now is just absurd, and I mean, we're all right on the knife edge, and it is a lot of fun, man. I can't wait for next year to start.
Boy, it is truly going to be a thrill, and it's been fun watching you out there, buddy. I enjoyed it, and I know that what we're going to see next year is just, I can't even wait. I want to skip ahead to it right now.
I'm right there with you. Yeah, like I said, good way to end the season, finish on a high note.
Absolutely, buddy. Chad, it's always a pleasure, buddy. Stay with us. We got some crazy stuff to talk about in a little bit. Let's bring in a guy that had a great battle with Marty Carroll for a while. And not Marty Carroll, Corey Preston had a great battle with Nick Ottinger for the longest time. Let's bring in Corey. His car really fell off there at the end, but a great race all in all. Corey, welcome to the Get Dirty MX post-race show, pal. Tell us about how fun it was to drive a car with no tires at the end.
Crap.
Beep. Tell us about it, bud.
Yeah, I was pretty lucky to get 12th, or was it 13th? I got one of the two, but yeah, I'm pretty lucky. After that kerfuffle on lap 1.
There goes the beep. I called it.
Get the smoke detector fixed.
I'm going to get you a battery, Corey. Oh,
yeah,
man.
You might have to do that. Did you notice anything in the broadcast?
Boy, we sure did. Tell us about that KRT-looking paint scheme there.
That. Well, it just so happens that, yeah, KRT, me, driving.
Sounds like an awesome plan, buddy. That's going to be exciting news, Corey. What a great team to join up with, especially as we head to the team championships next season. I know that's going to have you excited.
Yeah, it is. And, I mean, I wasn't having too bad of a race, but I had a bit of a brain fade and tried to go down the inside of James McKnight, and he sort of went defensive, and I thought, no, I'm going to stick it up here anyway, and then I realised, there's grass there. I ended up flying off the track at 100 miles an hour.
It was.
The best have done it. Will Davidson and Alexander Prement have both done it, so you're in class there, Chad. Corey.
Yeah.
It was sure fun watching you, Corey. You really gave it your all tonight, and it just was fantastic. You did a really good job. I think that if those tires wouldn't have fallen off so hard, I think you would have had an even better finish than you did. Great race out there tonight.
Yeah, thanks. I think if I had a straight car, I would have probably done better too. But oh well, that's
You know what?
racing. And
You know what it was is you only had the base paint scheme for a kamikaze race, and you need to throw the full paint on there, buddy. And we can't wait to see it next season. Man, that's going to be great. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Well, Corey, it's been fun talking. Hang tight. Let's bring in Jake Burton. I don't want to make him wait too long. The guy had a fantastic race tonight. Jake, welcome to the Get Dirty MX post-race show. Tell us about how the Sim Instruments Ford Falcon fared tonight. We already know how well you drove, but tell us how the car felt.
Car felt good, guys. Yeah, it was a really exciting race, really. I had quite a bit of damage, as Marlon will probably know, as I come off that last corner. I think 8 laps or so in, got it so sideways and smacked the wall on the inside. He probably had to change his undies after that one, but yeah, the car actually surprisingly wasn't as damaged as what I thought it was, and I could get into the pits and get a new set of tyres, and had quite a good stop and just didn't look back, really.
Jake, I'll be honest, when that happened, I thought the race might be over for you. That was literally probably the save of the season. Just to scrape that wall like that instead of smashing in head first. That was a beautiful save, and you kept the car going and ended up having a great race day, man. That car had something special in it tonight. It really did.
Yeah, well, I prepared decently this week and had some trouble in the race yesterday, but yeah, just tried to be focused and yeah, just tried to put consistent laps in, and it felt good. I managed to withstand the pressure from Marlon, and I don't know what Curtis was doing. I think he might have had some fuel problems or something. I don't know why I caught him so much in those final laps, but oh well, it was a good race. I was happy.
Absolutely. It's been fun watching you, man, and you got a great year, Jake. A really, really positive season for you, and we're just looking forward to seeing what you're going to bring to the table next season in season 3. It really will be fun. You have just, especially here at the end of the year, you've really come on strong.
Yeah, well, we went to Circuit of the Americas a few weeks back, and I thought to myself, you know, I took the week off at Sebring, and I just thought that I need to get my consistency right, because it's been what was letting me down, and I was just trying to do qualifying laps every race lap, and of course that's not what you want to be doing, but yeah, then we just didn't look back and tried to keep consistent, and it's paid off.
I got one question for you real quick, Jake, as well. You seem to have a really quick pit stop. And I think you hit the nail on the head why Marlon was so long, because he was changing underpants, but did you do some strategy play there to have such a quick pit stop and jump both Marlon and Chad and Curtis by such a long way?
No, not really. I think it's just the fact that because I was tucked right in under Marlon and Chad in those first few laps, I didn't use much fuel, and I just filled the tank at the end of 16, and therefore I obviously didn't have to put much in to have it full, and then got out and had a good stop, really, and I think that cost Marlon and Curtis, sorry, pitting late. I had to take probably a little bit more fuel, or I don't know, probably, I don't know what happened really, but just a good stop.
Excellent job tonight, buddy, and congratulations on a great season. We look forward to next season, buddy.
Yeah, it's going to be great. Got my teammate Stenny will be back for next season. We can have a crack at this team championship.
I love it. Let's bring in Bo Cubis now, who is rocking. Bo, welcome to the Get Dirty MX post-race show, buddy. Before we even get started, I got to say, the paint scheme that you ran tonight, or the livery on the car tonight, is exactly the car that's on the backdrop of my computer right now. That Lockwood Ford Falcon has special, special meaning for me. That was the paint that I ran for so long on the V8, and it was just awesome to see you out there rocking it, and especially doing a great job in it.
Yes. How are you, JD, Sam? Yeah, good skin. I like it.
It did look good, and you look good out there tonight. Tell us about the race, man. How was it out there?
Well, after sort of the first few turns, it was a little bit of a procession, to be honest. It was I was just running on my own for the most part of the race. A bit boring, to be honest.
It didn't look boring from where we were at. You did race a lot in the open tonight, and that kind of makes things a lot more comfortable than having cars rubbing up against you all night, making things scary. But I thought all in all, it's been a great end of the season for you, Bo. We're looking forward to how we do next season. Do you have any information what you're going to do next year in the Americas?
No, not really.
Works for me. I guess time will tell. It'll be fun to see. We enjoyed having you here, though, that's for sure. And we do look forward, hopefully, to seeing you racing with us next year.
I'll be racing for sure. That's for sure. Yeah. Thanks a lot, JD.
Absolutely, Bo. And
Question for Bo.
Go ahead,
as well.
Sam. Sam's got one for you.
All right. So Bo, first question: you're not with HPR anymore, are you at all? You're a Primatic, correct?
Yeah, bit of transition sort of period, but yeah, you could call me a privateer.
Right. And how did you feel about because you had a great quality today. You were second on the grid. How did you feel after you kind of got pushed wide in turn one a bit?
It's a little bit devastating, to say the least. But yeah, no, that happens, and next I'll get it. Try again next time, I suppose.
I'll definitely look forward to having you back here next season, mate, and have a good finish.
Thanks a lot.
Absolutely. That's Bo Cubis, everybody. Wonderful year right there. All right, guys, it's time. Let's bring in Michael Fulcher, and let's talk to Michael real quick. Michael, how about it?
Hey, g'day, boys.
Good day, my friend. The Kamikaze race team has added a new member, we hear, and it's Corey Preston. You have to be happy about that.
Yeah, we are very happy, and we were waiting for today to actually make that announcement. I'm going to keep you guessing with the mysterious paintwork, which I'm assuming that you picked up on pretty quickly.
That's exactly what we did. Actually, Sam Sutton was the first, or not Sam. Sam was actually he was the first one to say it. That's right. So he did discover it even before I could even see it. So as soon as he saw the car, he knew exactly what base scheme that was. And that's exciting news. It's going to be really fun to watch you four really go at it next season. I think it's going to be really, really interesting. And you guys got a great team on paper.
Yeah, thanks, guys. We're all happy with it. And a lot of exciting things are happening at the moment with KRT. And we'll be looking more forward to next season so we can unveil a few new features to the team. Should be good.
Yeah.
It seemed today just uncharacteristically off pace. Was there a reason for that?
No. I felt like I'm not at my same lap time I did here last season, so I'm a little bit confused about that. But I felt like I had good pace. Just the field around is pretty high class. I should have had a better result. Not too happy about the second last lap, but that's racing. So it probably could have been enough speed to be up in 7th or 8th. And looking at the quality of the field, I think I'm reasonably on pace.
Yeah, no, it's always hard racing with those oval boys, like a bit more bump than us road guys. But no, you had a good result today. I'm fortunate what happened with Nick, but yeah, good to see you KRT boys are up there fighting with the big boys.
Yeah,
thanks, Sam. What are you talking about, Sam? KRT are the big boys now.
I always liked you, JD.
There you go. Hey, Michael, thanks for having a word with us, buddy. We really are looking forward to what's going to happen with you next season. It's always exciting once we close out a season, have that week 13, and get ready for the next one. I really can't wait. So thanks for coming and having a word with us. We're really looking forward to what we got next season. Don't go anywhere either, buddy. It's time to bring in the final interviewee tonight. I think he's a fan. I think everybody's a fan of him. Let's bring in Bones. Bones, welcome to the Get Dirty MX post-race show. Yes, I made you wait till the end because we got to save the best for last, buddy. How are you?
I don't mind being last dragged in here, mate. I just don't like being last on the track. And I was doing everything I could to get back there, so...
Hey,
yeah.
That's not the case anymore, man. You've looked really good, especially the last couple of weeks. It's just improvement, minor improvement after minor improvement, and that's all you can ask right now, Bones. I think that you got some good things headed your way real soon.
We were having a great battle for 14th there with Aaron, Dylan, and Chris, and then I just hit the grass a little bit, and the car spun, and tried to get back on track, and it spun again, and by the time I got back on track, I was 15 seconds behind them, and then Mike got up behind me, and I did the same thing again. So I did end up last of the runners. So
Hey,
it wasn't a good. It wasn't a good run, but it was earlier, and then at the end I just.
Well, I tell you what, you got good camera time tonight, because even in the back of the field, you guys had great battles going on throughout the race, and they were definitely fun to watch. So you got on camera a good bit tonight there, pal.
Oh, I'll have to go back and have a watch. But that was fantastic fun. And it was great racing by the guys. We were bloody passing each other, or trying to bumping. I give Chris Brooks a little tap at the start of the race there. It was luckily it didn't. I got squeezed and just sort of hit him a little bit, but that was about my only mistake against someone else. The rest of my mistakes were on myself, so which was good. I don't like causing mistakes for other guys.
Yeah, just gave him a little slug, that's all.
He kept it going. I was, get up there a bit.
Good job there, buddy. Well, guys, we got everybody here. Everybody, congratulations once again to Sean Kelly for being the champion this year. And it was just a fantastic run between him and Marlon McMullen. We really didn't know who was going to get it at the start of the season. It was so close. And it really has been a great run all the way up until the final race. It's been, you can't ask for anything better. We've had 3 seasons in a row ever since we've been covering this series. We've had 3 seasons where the championship went down to the final race. And that is an incredible task. And I know that it's just going to get closer and tighter as we move on through time. We're getting a lot more talent in this series, guys. It's getting better and better. And you guys are getting better and better. I can't wait. But before we talk about the new season, first of all, we got to talk about things that are stirring up in the rumor mill, what teams are doing. And also, I want to talk a little bit about Week 13 itself. What are the big plans this Week 13 for your team or for everybody? Anybody want to kick off with a big announcement? Now's your time.
Race of Champions time.
Yeah. There you go.
Whatever.
Go ahead, Jake. Tell us about it.
Well, I don't know much about it, but yeah, it's going to be great. Again, it's going to be carnage.
They pretty much keep everything secret on the Race of Champions. They keep the cars and the tracks and everything secret, so there's not a whole lot you can tell about it other than it's going to be good, or it's going to be exciting, and it's for a great cause.
Yeah, I think this year the donations are going to Kids Cancer Foundation. They're not going to the Glenn McGrath Foundation this time. Keep an eye. It's run by Alsar again. I think it's a 4-car, 4-track combo over 2 nights, and everything setup wise, race length, what track, what car combo is all secret. And I'm thinking it might be put on a broadcast as well by the v8sonline boys. So keep your eyes peeled for that.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be on the broadcast, and like Sam said, it's a great cause. I've seen where this money goes. It goes direct to the families and kids with cancers and other diseases, and it really does lift the family spirits a bit.
It's an incredible thing. That's absolutely right, Bones. It's something that's great to be a part of. The few times that I've been able to broadcast those races, it truly has been a privilege just to be a part of it. And I know from you guys as drivers' points, it's got to be heartwarming just to know that you're racing for a good cause. And it's exciting every time we get to the Race of Champions. So I'm looking forward to it. Well, Jim, you got some announcements for us?
Yeah, a couple updates. So, as has been mentioned here and there, somewhere, everywhere, every week, maybe.
Uh-oh. I'm scared. What?
Well, you're scared. You're the one that started it.
Jim's retiring.
Jim's retiring. No. So next season, we're doing a few changes to the Drivers' Championship. And actually, JD, I'm pretty sure it's your fault. Because
oh God!
Was it last season? You and Kane, mainly you, were talking about how maybe 4 drop weeks was a little generous.
Yes.
So next season, 2 drop weeks.
Awesome.
Oh, nice.
And I know drivers can be mad at me all you want to, but Kane and myself are here every single week to bring you guys action. 2 is generous enough. 4 was too much. I really think it was too much. So I agree with that, and I know that I'm a broadcaster and not a driver in this series. But keep in mind, we're here every week. Now I might be missing next week, but
You only
that's
get
not this
2.
series. But no, I really do. I think it's great to go to 2 drop weeks. I think that's fair in a 12-week period. 2 drop weeks is good. I think that's perfect.
Yeah, 4 was a third of the season, so you could essentially miss a third of the season and still have a chance at the championship. And
Right.
those drivers that were here for the entire championship, still had the same chance as someone who would miss a third of the season. Now, I know that drivers kind of use those drop weeks for the tracks that they don't like, and it kind of gives them a chance to not have to race the tracks that they really dislike or they're not good at. And so I think leaving a couple drop weeks in there is still fantastic. It's still a great idea.
Just remember, boys, 2 drop weeks is better than no drop weeks. So, I agree with that 100%, Kane. I think that 4 drop weeks, we do have that. We have drivers that'll show up every week, but what they do is they're like, oh, you know what? I ain't racing Oran Park this time. Let's just don't even worry about Oran Park. When that takes a lot of fun out of racing, because it part of racing is you're going to have challenges in the road. And as a professional driver, these guys don't get to go, you know what? I'm skipping Oran Park. As a champion, right.
You usually don't get to say, I'm going to skip this one. So
unless you're Tiger Woods, but
here you still get to you can still skip Oran Park, but the one that you don't like that you think you can do a little better, that's the one you're going to have to run.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea, and the championship might have been a little bit different if we had that in place for this season, and just with the strength of field variance sometimes. I mean, that I got lucky with a couple of my strength of field races, and it gave me an extra 20-30 points probably, and so that will minimize that aspect as well. So I think it's going to be great.
It's definitely going to be interesting, that's for sure. Now, glad you brought that up, Jim. Is that all you had for us?
No. Of course not. What are you talking about? So the second thing is the teams.
I knew it.
We're still, Mike and Scott and I are still kind of ironing out details on it.
Boo! I'm just kidding, buddy. Go right ahead.
Or we could just not do it. And
boo!
So what I'm thinking as of right now is probably by the end of week 2 of the season is when everything will have to be finalized for people with who's going to be on the teams and whatnot. I'm thinking right now I'm leaning towards 4 drivers, because we used to do, I think the top 2 scored, but we might do the top 4 score, might do top 2 score. Like, we're still ironing it out. But what I can say is that driver or teams we're going to have until the end of the second week of season 3 to kind of iron out who's on what team. And over the week 13 period, Mike and Scott and I will be discussing how many people we want to have credit per week for the scores and everything else.
Yeah, the top 2 was mainly because there was a lot of just teams with just 2 drivers in it. And if you did the top 4, then they were left out of the championship. So, yeah, once you see how many people are on each team, you could probably work it out a bit better.
Oh, real quick, JD looks like
Yep,
Scottinger's up there. Grab him.
I was just fixing to grab him and drag him in here. Now I will. Guys, let's welcome Nick Ottinger to the Get Dirty MX post-race show. How you doing, Nick?
Hey, how you doing? I'm doing good.
Hey, glad to have you here on the show, buddy. First of all, I just got to say, it was great to see you out there on the track tonight at Phillip Island for the season finale. It's always really fun to see oval guys come out here and get up in the road action, especially the V8 Supercars. I mean, you normally see guys from oval side, they'll go to the GT3 series or something like that. But to come to the V8 Supercar and hold your own like you did, that was truly a pleasure to watch, and we really enjoyed it. You did excellent out there.
It's extra great to have the NASCAR Peak Championship points leader join us. So great job on your efforts over there as well.
I appreciate that. Turning right really ain't my strong suit, but did a little practicing earlier tonight and basically doing it for our upcoming event at Watkins Glen. And I just love driving these heavy V8 supercars anywhere. I mean, this is the first time I drove at Phillip Island too, so
Wow.
it's
Well, you did
it's
well.
a tricky track, no doubt, but it's pretty dang fun. I gotta admit that, and I gotta thank everyone to just racing me like they would anyone else. So I mean, that's a learning process for me for the upcoming Watkins Glen race, as I don't do much road racing either. So
Well, Nick, I tell you what, these V8s, they are kind of similar to the Gen 6 stock car in the fact of the weight, a lot of horsepower, and they do have similarities. I think that it'll help you tremendously in when you head to Watkins Glen. And I believe it actually could have some beneficial factors when you return to the ovals as well. Working with the V8 supercar, a lot of these guys can vouch probably, but I know that one thing it helped me with was throttle control. You have to have so much throttle control with these cars, and so when I came to the V8s for a little bit and then went back to the ovals, I realized that I hadn't, I thought I was going to be worse, but actually what happened was I had improved. And I kept asking guys why they thought that was, and they said it probably amounted to learning throttle control better. So it can have some advantages for you.
yeah, no doubt. I had Madison down help me out last night when I did the first America race with my line and how to approach the corners a little bit. And I did some more practicing. I can tell I was a little too easy under braking and basically just getting back to initial throttle. Basically having a throttle control. I was just trying to keep the rear tires on it. As like I said, my objective is just to learn for our peak race at the Glen. But tonight I want to be more aggressive, just trying to learn the track itself and the car, and because I've always enjoyed running these, practicing, going to practice sessions, seeing a lot of these guys in there, and just talking with them. And I mean, it helped out with Madison, one of the best guys in this car. So I mean, can't say no to that.
Yeah, you had a great coach there, bud. I'll give you that. He's definitely one of the best there is. But congratulations on what you've accomplished over on the oval side. But it is nice to see you over here. You know, Kane and myself, we broadcast the Road to Pro each Wednesday, so we get to broadcast the oval side, and then we come over here on Fridays and do the road side. So it's fun to see guys from both that can do both. It's very rare you get to see that.
I mean, I enjoy it just as much as these guys. I don't get a chance to do it that much on the road side because I mean, me personally, I love road racing almost as much as I do oval. I mean, I practice a lot on the oval side, of course, with the peak deal. But if I have the time, I want to do road racing. That's my favorite thing to race on is road, turning left and right, and I just don't do it much. So
on that point, Nick, is it a bit different turning right to left all the time and like sitting on the opposite side of the car as well?
I can tell you, I was like, on this right side of the car, I haven't drove this car, and it has to be close to like 6 to 8 months, and I'm like, oh, I forgot we're driving on the right side too. I'm like, uh-oh.
The steering wheel's real smooth turning right. There's no notches at all.
Yeah, I was like, this car's got some power too. I was like, oh, I like this.
We're really excited also about the new car of the future coming soon with the VF Holden Commodore and the updated Ford Falcon. It's going to be fun. I think that the V8 Supercar Series will really take off. I think we'll get a lot more participation, but there's one thing I hope. This is a very special group of people on iRacing. It's the best series on iRacing as far as the people. These guys have the most respect for anybody that jumps in this car, and it's really the only place on iRacing I've ever seen. I haven't been in all the series, but I've been to a lot of them where you find guys that'll help you like this and that are this considerate and respectful on the track just from day one. It's awesome. It's a great place to be.
Yeah, I've seen that just practice and everything. Everyone's just basically just friends. I mean, of course, competitors. I mean, you want to be the best at everybody else that you can be, but ultimately, I mean, it's very nice coming over here to. I don't want to separate the two groups as far as over on the road, but just coming up to the V8 side of things, and it's nice to have just people talk to you and everything, just not asking constantly questions and stuff like that. I just like coming over here and just competing like everybody else. So It's definitely a respectable thing coming over here and racing against everybody else. This car is definitely tough to drive itself, and I mean people give each other room as much as they can. So I want to race this car many more times, definitely.
Well, I'll tell you what, you're welcome to come join the America Series anytime you want, Nick. It really was a thrill having you out there on the track. You got some good camera time tonight as well. Good battles there on the track with several of the drivers, not just one or two. It seemed like every time you got in a battle with the driver, you stayed really patient. When it was time to make the move, you made it well. And as soon as you made that pass stick, you tend to run away from them. So it was actually really, really nice. You waited for the right opportunities and capitalized on them. Great passing.
I appreciate it. I know my weak point once I started last night was my braking point, like I said. But initially in turn 4, I was getting my braking done a lot better than a couple other guys I was chasing down, and it was just a lot of it's just practice. These guys have been doing it for a long time, and I ain't done it so much as them. So I mean, I want to be just as good as everybody else here and just have some fun just like they do. So during the off season, I'll definitely be doing the V8 series most likely.
That's what I like to hear, buddy. Well, you're more than welcome to come to the V8's America Series anytime. We're glad to have you here, bud.
And bring
I
your
appreciate
friends.
it. Yeah, just take it easy on me next time, there, Sean.
Well, guys, that's some awesome news there. We were in the middle of discussing some things about next season when Nick come in for an interview, and kind of got off there from talking to him. It's a pleasure to have him here. But what were we talking about?
Rumor mill.
Teams.
That's right, Jim. That's right. Carry on. We have a lot to discuss about the team championships coming up next season. It's real exciting, and I'm glad that you brought this point up, Jim, about should it be 2 or 4 guys counted in the teams, because this is a very beneficial time to bring that up. If you got a point you want to get across to Jim, you might want to say it now.
Yeah, it's just so I remember we did 2. I think it was because we had some small teams, but it doesn't seem like we really have a whole lot of small teams anymore. So I'm thinking what I want to do is start getting a feel, or I might even do it tomorrow before I go to work, to see who's going to be putting their teams out there, how big the teams are, and that might actually influence the decision a little bit.
Well, I think you'll find with most of the larger teams, they'll have their group guys split up into groups of 4 anyway, running separate skins and sponsors. So even if there's that 2-man team, you use that 4-person scoring brick. The top 2 guys, if you take them, so the top 2 scores out of those 4 members of the team go. So if you've got the small man teams, it won't matter.
Yeah, sorry, Sam. Something to keep in mind there, Jim, is the new V8 Supercar Series that's starting. They're allowing 2-man teams, so many of these guys will be splitting their teams up into 2-man teams already, and like Sam said, we'll have different liveries and stuff set up for the different teams that they've split their teams up into.
All right, that's a good point. So like I said, we're still discussing it. The teams might not be ready to go right at the start of the season because we might still be ironing it out. Like I said, people are going to have the first couple weeks to put out who their team members are. So we may not start reporting it until the 3rd or 4th week, but we will be, even if we don't start actually putting results out for the teams until like the 4th week, it will count basically from week 1. I think this first season will just be kind of a feeler, get everything ironed out before the new car comes out, and I think participation will be going up from there.
Oh, it sounds like a great idea. I think it'll put more emphasis on the teams, especially seeing as most of the drivers in this group at the moment are grouped up with a team. So why don't we run to the team rumour mill? My favourite part. Let's start with Bones. You got any rumours from HPR?
No, nothing set yet. But yeah, we've yeah, there might be a few little name changes here and a little bit of a different sponsorship. Still ironing it out. But me and Jim will be together again, I guess, next year, unless he has changed anything. But
as far as I know, you guys start sending me some setups or something?
Yeah. Well, you gotta come visit the garage a little bit more often.
I visited plenty. You all need to get up for when I'm awake.
Fly over.
Darn Australians.
Nah, yeah, there should be some few chops and changes here and there, but yeah, hopefully be all sorted out. If Jim puts out a call for teams, he puts a thread up now, and then we can probably get them sorted before the start of next season if everyone wants to start putting their teams in there and start announcing things.
Well, I might go do it now. I don't know.
Oh no, Powerbomb. I didn't get a chance to ask Powerbomb before. Well, Marla, is there any more? Are there any more drivers you can sign? Considering your mid-season wheeling and dealing.
I mean, always there's room, of course, for people to come into the team. It's just a matter of fact that I mean, when I go out there to give drivers an opportunity to come join Powerbond, I look at it as a good chance for them to learn. So I got to feel like it's going to be a good transition for them to come out or come into my team or into the team with Curtis and stuff. And we're looking at the moment. I do take note in the field, and there's a lot of guys, especially in this series, I've watched. Pretty much come up from pretty much just learning the car to being really incredible racers now. And like obviously Curtis was one of them. It was really nice to give him a chance and for him to come on board. And he's slowly learning and getting the grips of it. And same as Pateri. So I don't know. We'll see what happens next season wise. But yeah, we do have an announcement. We do have our skins for next season as well.
Sweet. So I think everyone who's watching this broadcast right now should keep their eyes firmly planted on the team's Facebook pages. You'll probably see tons of skins, livery changes, and all sorts of driver chopping and changing going on in the next week, getting ready for season 3.
Sam, that's a great point. For all the guys, first of all, thanks to everybody that's been watching the broadcast all season long. I'm sure the drivers really appreciate you watching as well, but we've had just an outstanding growth in viewers this season. I think that it's not been a secret that we're growing. And it's just a pleasure to have these viewers that come in every week. And, it's just a pleasure to have them here. And the bigger and better this series gets, I'm telling you guys, with the added of the team championship next year, the change in the points championship, it's going to be incredible. Dropping down to 2 drop weeks, it's going to make this very intense. It's going to be even closer in points battles, and it's going to put a little bit more on the guys that are a little bit more on the advantage to the guys that do show up every single week here. It's going to be very, very impressive. I think we got something real big on our hands coming up. It's going to be our last season also, keep in mind, with this car. It's, what we're expecting anyways. Should be seeing the car of the future coming out after season 3. So we're going to be needing to enjoy this last season, guys. It's going to be kind of sad to see the old girl go.
Something to add to the rumor mill, JD. Anthony Green just added a little piece to the rumor mill. He did, in fact, renew his iRacing subscription, so we will be seeing Anthony Green next season.
Wow.
Kermit!
Andrew
Yeah,
Green.
Kermit will be back.
Kermit! It ain't easy being green, boys. It's going to be good to see him. I thought he did very well this season. I hope he's watching the show. If not now, he'll watch it later, hopefully. Come back,
I know we've been
Green.
trying to poach him.
What Marlon said before, Andrew Green fits exactly that criteria. One of them drivers that have just jumped in this car and really still only learning it, but outstanding speed.
Yeah.
Better get SSR onto him.
Great bloke, great driver too. So
I actually try to get in contact with him. Unfortunately, he doesn't have a Facebook, but he's definitely one to watch over the next few seasons. I mean, it's always you always see your ones who come in and they quickly find their feet, and they just got to learn how to put that pace into consistency.
Yeah, he was surprised at how many people have been contacting him trying to get him on the team. So I said, well, that's what you get, mate, when you're that good and that clean. So.
Oh, JD, I've got one more thing. I'm going to hop out after I throw this in there just so I can get everything rolling. Rumors, love them. The Season 3 schedule is out, and you all need to discuss it.
Yeah, it's a bit of an alternative one this season.
I like it. I do.
Well, there's not too many changes. Zolder, Alton Park, Mategi are in, along with Donington Park. That's coming in the next build.
Yeah, not much difference. Only a third of the season.
No, that's only drop weeks.
Motegi is... No, not anymore, remember? Motegi is at night.
Say that again, Jim. I'm sorry, buddy.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, Twin Rings Motegi, the east one. It's running at
Motegi
night.
East. Yeah, Motegi East, 27 laps at night.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, it's fantastic.
That's...
It was ran at night last time, and it was awesome.
And one more, because I want to throw this out there for some drivers. unless something changes, I think Phillip Island may end up being a fuel saver for some drivers because it's going to be 22 laps next season. And I know some of us are a little bit heavier on the throttle than others and use up a little bit more fuel.
And that's going to be fun. Phillip Island was actually a blast tonight. As we heard from Jim Davey in the second split, it was an excellent race as well, just like we had up here in the top split. But definitely love Phillip Island. And for a fuel saver race for most, that's going to be very, very interesting. That's going to be something.
If it is, it would be very minimal, but the wind might have had a bit of a factor this week. Not sure.
Yeah, if they rig the weather right, and you'll be sweet. So, but no, it looks like they're good race distances. I think it's going to be a good season like this one.
Well, guys, I have to say this real quick. Marlon posted a link there to the new Power Bond skins, and I just have to say, first and foremost, that is absolutely awesome looking, buddy.
Yeah, they look good.
They look good.
I'll give Tobias the credit. He came up with it. I mean, a few seasons ago, he ran a carbon skin, and yeah, we just thought we'll give it another shot. And yeah, I may bring it to this series. We were going to use it for the V8 cops, but I may as well bring it to the series too.
Oh, they're beautiful, man. Absolutely stunning. They're going to look really good out there on the track, and I do love how you guys chose different colors on the mirrors there. That helps us broadcasters pick out drivers a little bit easier.
Yes, sorry.
No, that's all right. That's all right. It was. I knew you were trying to reply there. No worries. But yeah, they're absolutely stunning looking cars. We're going to be really excited to see those new Power Bond cars on the track next season.
Yeah, I mean, most definitely. I mean, Tobias did a really good job, and having the little differences here and there, I mean, they help. The little things, you can notice them. So hopefully that helps to distinguish them a little bit. And I'll have to choose a color for Curtis. He may get purple mirrors.
Hey, there you go. Nothing wrong with that. I thought that. Now I'm just because that's what I've seen Curtis in this season. I think purple's his color now.
What do you feel about it, Curtis? You like being a Cadbury sort of colored car?
I have no problem with it. I was the one that picked the colors.
Doesn't purple not match with anything?
I don't know. He's the man who's got a nice taste, hasn't he? Questionable taste, but yeah.
It looks absolutely great.
I'll tell you this, black, carbon fiber, and purple sounding really good to me. But I'm just a broadcaster. What can I say?
I'll see how we go over the next few weeks, and see. We'll bring into week one fighting again.
Well done, Tobias.
One thing Marlon did bring up then was the new incarnation of this v8sonline series is the v8sonline Premier Series. That's been in the works for a while now. I've only just seen it the last few days when I came back. So, what Sean, Marlon, all the big names, what do you reckon about this new V8 Supercar Series?
Oh, it's been something that's been talked about for the last year or two, and I think some of us, running up the pointing end, especially almost need it because, well, everyone needs it because just need a break sometimes, and just having that week break is a big difference. Having a week where you don't have to worry about finding time or practice or qualifying, and it's just going to mix things up massively because of the no reset qualifying, etc. It's just going to mix things up. It's going to take the pressure off, so you don't have to rock up every week. So it's going to be great. I just can't wait for it.
Car field too, is it?
Sorry.
Well, for those who
40 cars, it's going to be good too.
Exactly, it's going to be a larger field, and it's going to be Dev Series broadcast as well. So you're going to be 3 or 4 times as many cars. Get the opportunity to get some camera time and really work towards getting faster. So yeah, it's going to be
awesome.
Great. It's going to be great for everyone from Division 1, right down to order, I reckon.
Yeah,
So
so
for those
with
who
the
haven't-
pre-qualifiers and stuff, just about in there.
It's all good, mate.
It gives reward for the development drivers as they get better. They can move straight up into the top split, and no, it's going to be really rewarding, like Sean said, from the top guys all the way down to the guys just still learning the ropes.
I think it takes a bit away from the OSR Dev Series as well. Not like takes away people, but takes a bit of the good bits out of it, and it gives the guys who are just new to the car a place to start, and also a bit of an incentive to push up to that next tier, which I think is sometimes a bit missing in the normal regular series. But for those who haven't seen it, It's just basically a massive. It's going to be a 7-week, 7-round tester next season. Very different tracks, and it's based on more real life. So you'll have a one-shot, one quali session before the race, and that it's none of this whole long week thing, which is good.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. It's definitely going to be a learning session. It's the first time that it'll ever be done, but I really am looking forward to it, guys. I think you are all going to really love it.
Yeah, if I'm SSR guys didn't take the teams away from me, I might join it, but no team left for me.
I do want to say that as for right now, they've limited it to the Australian club for now. They will, if a driver that's not in Australia club has raced with them quite a bit and they know that they can race with them with out of control pings and things, then they'll consider letting them in. But for now, through the test session, it is just for the Australian club drivers because of ping.
Yeah, that's right. Obviously Tobias and Renz and stuff, they're assuring, and I'd say Nick as well will be assuring as well, and I think there'll be a few internationals, but any internationals looking to get in there, that I think the best thing they could probably do is rock up and do some official races for a good few weeks, and then you can sort of show that, hey, I've done all these races and I've kept out of trouble, and I'm sure they'll be most welcome.
Yeah, I think so. I don't think it's going to be difficult to, show them your ping and if it's stable or not. So, yeah, I think it's not going to be a challenge to get in if you're international.
And Paul's write-ups, I just mentioned, got into the real life V8 Supercar web page. They have a page for the main series, the development series, and they've actually got a page for the iRacing series, and Paul's write-up made it to that this week, so it'll be good once this series starts too. He'll be able to write up for that, so there'll be a lot of people watching.
Good point.
Watching that on the real side.
Yeah, Paul made contact with the website guys, I guess. I don't really know how that contact made or happened, but he did get the stories put back up on the V8 Supercar page, so that's fantastic. It kind of opens up the doors as we go into the new series to maybe get some additional content put up there as well.
Look, here's the deal. JD wants to be on the V8 Supercars page and the NASCAR.com. One day it's going to happen, ain't it, Kane? It's going to happen. I'm telling you, boys. You just
You're
wait.
there.
We're already about halfway there. We're going to get there. This broadcast we're going to take it to the top, ain't we, Kane?
We'll get there.
We'll try, that's for sure. I do think it's really amazing, and thanks for posting that link, Sam. I didn't know this when I first started driving the V8 Supercars and all that. I didn't realize that they posted iRacing stuff to their actual V8 Supercar website. That's just outstanding, guys. That's a wonderful, wonderful thing, and for them to get those articles up on there, that's just incredible. You got to be very proud of that.
Yeah, I think it died away a bit. The guy who used to do the write-ups or was involved with the website kind of disappeared, and there's a period there, I think at the end of season 4 last year, where the write-ups just disappeared. But Paul's come on board and he's done a very good job with the write-ups. He's doing the learning curve on it sort of thing, and he's doing very good. So shout out to Paul Slavenik. I think I said your name right. I'm sorry if I didn't, but no, you're doing a great job.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now and I'm checking out. You got John Emerson on there, and a lot of good Jared Philsell on there. The old famous Tats. Go ahead, buddy.
Oh, sorry, and they also mentioned the results of the second split, third split, and fourth split in there too, which they used to do as well. So, yeah, if you make the lower splits, you still get you got to fight to get a mention, and you're actually mentioned on the real life V8 Supercar website. So, no matter what split you're in, keep fighting.
Red Bull Racing will come knocking soon.
All right, who wants to fly Kane and JD over to Australia? I just seen where you got Bathurst tickets from $97. Let's go.
Next year, 2015.
We're
we'll
going.
head out there.
2015. We're going. Kane and I.
I'll pick you up from the airport.
Jump in a boat and start paddling now.
It is happening. It is happening.
I'm saving right now. I'm starting to save because we're going 2015.
Before Nick heads out, thanks again, Nick, for stopping by. We really did enjoy having you out there in the field tonight. Hope we see more of you real soon, buddy, and best of luck for you in the big series over there in the Peak Antifreeze series. It's really, really impressive what you've done, and we wish you the best of luck.
Thank you, but I appreciate it. I thank you guys for putting this whole deal together. Makes me want to come back and race even more. So you guys do a great job. I appreciate it.
Absolutely, buddy. Take care. That's Nick Ottinger, everybody. He was in the Ream Ford Falcon tonight, and we really enjoyed having him out there in that Ford Falcon. It was fun. We'll be keeping an eye on him over there in the Peak Antifreeze Series presented by iRacing. It's going to be really impressive. Now back to what we were talking about. Kane and me are going to Australia next year, aren't we, buddy? And anybody over there that if you live over there, I'm telling you this now, and you don't make plans to go to the 2015 Bathurst and see Kane and me in person, because I'm sure that we're going to have some kind of camera over there, and we're going to have a live show, I guarantee you, because anytime me and Kane get together, we're going to have a live show, and it's going to be pretty fun. So go ahead and make your plans now.
I'm sure Jay and Sandman will have their camera, and I'm sure we'll do something while we're there.
Oh,
no
you
cameras
know
on the road trip on the way down with us.
Yeah, not at the after party anyway.
No, sir.
It was pretty messy last time.
I tell you what, it'll be a dream come true to get over there, guys. That is truly awesome. It's going to be a bucket list item, that's for sure.
Yeah,
guys, no, go right ahead, Corey.
Oh, I was just saying, I just had a bright spark idea. You know, about a week before, we send the police, a special SWAT police unit over to Kane and JD's house, saying that for some reason they need to be taken into custody, and they get blindfolded and whatnot, and then when they wake up, they'll be
we'll
in
be
Australia.
on the no-fly list.
That was the Poms that sent us out over here for stealing bread, mate.
Yeah, that could be a good idea. I've heard this story similar to the guy that got the field plowed for his grandpa or something. He's in jail, and then grandpa wrote him a letter saying, "Oh, I just can't plow the field anymore." And the nephew is in jail, and the grandson, that's what he was in jail, and he's like, "Well, Grandpa, I buried the body in the backyard. Just don't tell nobody." And sent that letter back, and the next day, a dozen FBI guys were out digging up the backyard, and then the next day got a letter in the mail says, "That's the best I could do on short notice, Grandpa."
Play on field.
That's
so Corey's
awesome.
trying to come up with a way to get us free flight over to Australia.
I
Call the
love it.
Australian government, tell them we're plotting against them, and get us over there. But unfortunately, we won't get out of it. We probably wouldn't get out of the slammer.
Yeah.
Offer him a few beers, you'll be right.
I know
Works every week.
Marty will come get us.
I'll bail you out. No dramas.
Should come stay with me. I only live 45 minutes away from Bathurst.
Good grief, Dylan. You shouldn't have said that. We'll be there, buddy.
Well, I only live about 2.5 hours away. So.
Oh, man, I tell you what, that's going to be something really, really special.
We've got a big campsite booked each year, so you should be right for a place to stay on track or in town. So.
Yeah, I think one of the V8 Supercars guys lives really close, like within 15 minutes of the track.
Wow.
I say track, of the neighborhood, I guess is what you would call it.
Oh, it's only a couple of minutes out of town, so yeah. There's always a place to stay for you guys. Don't worry about that.
Yeah. Well, boys, it's the close of a great season. We want to congratulate Sean Kelly once again on just an amazing year. Marlon, congratulations as well, buddy. Without you two battling for this lead, it wouldn't have been as good as it was. It really went down to the final race. And just a great congratulations to Sean Kelly on winning the Season 2 championship here in the V8 Supercar Americas Series. A beautiful job. Is there anything anybody wants to throw out there before we close it out?
I did post up on the screen the little trophy that Marlon had made.
Beautiful.
So
2-minute trophy job.
Everybody can see the V8 Supercars Americas trophy.
It's beautiful. Marlon is absolutely beautiful.
I hope he looks after it and you polish it and you fill it up with lots of champagne and or M&Ms, whatever you want.
It's already made it further than Marty's trophy.
Yeah.
I brought it up. I'm sorry, Kane. I had to.
Yeah, no, thanks a lot, Marlon, and thanks, guys. Just for broadcasting and all the drivers out there. It's just been a really great series. I just really enjoyed my time here, and yeah, thanks a lot.
How about a big hip hip hooray for Sean, all together.
There you go.
Hip
Hip,
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 hip hip,
Hooray!
Good time.
And we've just gone from 20 viewers to no viewers.
Yeah.
cheesed up.
That's all right, buddy. Well, guys, it really has been a great season. A great way to conclude it here on the Get Dirty MX post-race show. The next time we'll be coming to you. It'll be the start of Season 3. I cannot wait. We do want to say congratulations to you again, Sean. That really was a fantastic year. Our season, not a year, a full year, but just an awesome season. And hope you return. We're going to miss you if you disappear on us. So you got a championship to defend now, and it's going to be fun to see if you can do that. But anyways, guys, it's been a great time. It's time to close it on out. I do want to thank everybody for stopping by, from Nick Ottinger all the way from Jim Davey, Sean Kelly, Sam Sutton, Corey Preston, Curtis Chipway, Dylan Shepard, Marlon McMullen, Marty Carroll. As always, pleasure to have you here on the show. I'm JD Smith, Kane Craft with me tonight. A big thanks goes out to Sam Sutton on a phenomenal job in the commentary booth tonight. It was a pleasure having him up here with us. And you guys have a great night. We'll be back for Season 3. Y'all have a good night.
Contact free. Close. Let's have a little bit of contact there from Scott. He busts his way past.
Contact. Into the back of... Muggleton just has to cross over this crest. He will cross the line and will win the championship.